Hello, everybody.
Hey!
Welcome back. We're finally back at it again.
Woo!
I'm hecking keen!
Back at it again with them rolling click-clacks.
Rock your body right.
I love it.
Dun-dun. Backstreet.
We are here at the Stormy Dragon Tavern playing
Sorry.
Dungeons & Dragons, 5th edition, the Trails of the Xel'nari.
Yeah.
We have had a bit of an interesting time over the last few sessions.
Someone got busy.
Someone got busy on a very hot date. A very studious date.
This purple was not a coincidence.
The fact that we're studying each other's bodies is nothing. No, neither here nor there.
A few gifts were given to Kovac as a parting gift and a reminder.
Actually, Kovac has an intellectual sugar mama now. Each time she does a good job, she gets a book as payment.
Oh no!
So hilarious.
I was having a drink, mate. I nearly choked.
Well,
So did Kovac on the books.
way.
It is disturbing how accurate that was.
Do we know our players? Maybe.
So yes, Kovac has had a wonderful time. In the meantime, the rest of the party have had a far more interesting night. With Thalai getting
Literal
himself...
stitch pawns? Oh my god. You know what? I'm just gonna not talk. Proceed,
Yeah,
Ash.
that's probably a good idea. With Thalai getting himself giant napped, and then put under mind control to become a new fighter and potentially a slave to be traded off at some future point. Thankfully, the party were able to intercept, creating a shitstorm of a diversion.
Which is
A
what I was-
literal
Literally.
shitstorm of a
Which is what I was
diversion.
trying to say.
A poor gnome was blasted off again.
God
Two.
damn it.
Look,
And-
we all know that the big bad's going to be like, I'm not trying to kill the Xel'nari about after what's happened to his.
I'm already trying to find a way to rewrite all of my big bad evils as gnomes.
Even like half gnomes at this point. So at some point in their life, there was gnome in their heritage.
Adopted by a gnome. Now a gnome.
Adopted by gnomes. Yeah. Loving family and everything like that.
No, just invent were-gnomes.
No.
We kill a big bad, and their doting followers cast reincarnate, and they come back as a gnome.
No, here's the thing. The big bad is just like 1,200 gnomes in a trench coat.
Oh my god.
That's all it is. It's just one singular trench coat.
It's not an ancient black dragon. It's just a just veritable shitload of gnomes just all packed into a leather coat.
I can find art for that.
Have you seen Invader
That's gonna
Zim?
be the wrong kind of art, Rory. Don't look for that.
Have you guys seen like Invader Zim or things like that? Like
most
when
certainly, yes.
a group of weird blobby craning creatures they like grasp onto each other for support, but it become this big giant monster or something. Mega Gnome activate.
Oh god, I'm terrified already.
Oh, the Voltron of gnomes.
Yes.
Yeah, literally.
So what
I'm
you're
looking
saying
forward
is
to
I
this,
should
and
have
I'm
a hit
terrified.
squad of gnome artificers.
You mean you don't already?
I
What
do
kind
now.
of? Are you even playing D&D if you haven't got an army of artificers in the background?
We still need to have a multicolored group of Dragonborn Rangers who are thus the Power Rangers, and they assemble into a Mega Dragonborn.
Yeah.
I didn't. I've just seen the Nomicide command, and I didn't realize that the last Nomicide, you can. Oh no! Like you've actually edited to have the last Nomicide fell to a literal shitstorm.
Yes, I did.
Oh.
So the party did manage to free Thalai and save him, and they found a few little interesting trinkets along the way, including a small puzzle box that they have not been able to completely open just yet.
I got two
You did
of them
get-
done. I got two, and I got some paperwork.
but not all.
Hmm.
And now you are regathering up at the Emerald Centipede, ready to hopefully push out back onto the road again. We will start with Kovac making her way downtown.
Okay. So, after leaving Tia's abode, she probably wouldn't have changed out of the dress that she was wearing that night, and probably just pulled her like new blue parka out of her the bag of holding and puts that on over the top because, as you said, it's winter and it's kind of cold. So puts that on, goes outside to the cart, make sure the horses are all tended to and good to go, and then will drive the cart down to the Emerald Centipede. Just wondering, what kind of stalls would be open along the way at this time?
At this time in the morning, it would be a lot of fresh produce stores opening up along the streets.
Okay.
And there would be a number of different merchants going about preparing their stores for the day, but not quite open just yet.
Okay. Can I use my savvy as a city being to see if I could find somewhere that might sell a glow wisp along the way, or at least nearby?
I think it would actually be fairly easy for you to work out the intricacies of how the market is set up and be able to find someone who does so.
Okay. How much might that put me back?
What is their marked price, actually?
And do you have any money?
I've got a little bit.
She's
of
got
money.
the bag of holding, so she's got everyone's money.
Not
No,
mine.
Hmm?
I keep my money on me.
of course.
Oh no,
And-
now
and
he knows where the money is.
Sam made Storm carry her money.
I'm not going to live to regret that choice. I'm not going to live to regret that
You
choice. I'm not gonna live
already
to regret that
are
choice.
going to live to regret that choice.
No.
Here's the thing. I'm actually part gnome, so I'm not going to live. After all, I'm going to write it in my background.
There's a lot of people who take
Fuck
great
right
offense to
off.
that.
You can fuck right off.
It will set you back 3 gold.
Okay. Well, I'm poor.
Yes.
But- I can afford that.
Let's say, how are you? All right, I was about to say, how are you poorer than me? Oh yeah.
Because I'm a wizard, I'm always poor.
Well,
Is
If
this
you
a
have
bad time to
money-
say I have?
Great financial
Okay.
burden.
what was
Can
that, buddy?
I was going to say, is this the bad time to mention I've got 222 gold?
No,
No.
nothing
Can-
like me blessing.
Can I try and get a read on the merchant to see if they are, as the previous merchant did, trying to swindle me, or if this is a genuine price?
Give me an insight then. Let's have a look.
Okay.
First roll of the night.
Yep.
Good, it's
Oh,
not me.
what
Thank
was-
God.
Okay, that's a solid roll. That is 23.
You get the feeling that they have kind of read you as well as you walked in and realized that you probably actually have a better idea of what you're talking about than just any old schmuck off the street.
Okay, good.
So they have not tried to overprice it on you.
Cool. I will hand over the 3 gold and take the glow wisp. But now I am one step closer to getting that drift globe functional again.
Mm-hmm.
Subtracting 10 silver and 2 gold. Cool. Drift globe. Okay, that's all good. After I've gone shopping and picked that up, I will pull up outside the Emerald Centipede and go inside, searching for my friends.
I think we had already started to have breakfast.
You
Okay.
have indeed. In
So I
various
get-
forms of clothing.
I don't
Yeah.
think anything was too outlandish.
Storm was having a conversation with Thalai, telling him
Yeah.
he couldn't run from his problems forever.
Okay. So Kovac, having already eaten, is just going to walk inside and has just the barest hint of a
You're glowing.
smile on her face, and since the parka isn't like full length, I'd say that, like from her knees down to like halfway to her ankles, that is the gold trim of the dress she's wearing still visible under the parka. She comes in, sits down, and everybody says, "Hello. How was everyone's evening?"
He just looks at Thalai.
Different.
Oh? Care to elaborate?
You want good news or bad news?
I'll take any news.
Which one you want first?
You will notice that Storm's just like playing with her food.
Attempting to slink off into the background.
Yep, definitely like I'm gonna get a drink. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna.
Well, as they say, bad news first, so the good news is better received, I suppose.
Bad news. Big got mind controlled, forced to fight, became slave, killed slaver.
Oh.
Good news. Everyone else fine. Police don't care, and one less slaver.
Okay.
So we did good.
That does appear to be consistent with what I learned from the guard captain. Thalai, are you okay?
Fine.
Turn to camera. He was not fine.
Say, what's your passive insight? If it's above 10.
It's my passive insight is 15.
Yeah, you know he's not fine.
Noted. Is there any paperwork that needs to be filed in regards to this?
Mugs say that Captain can do all paperwork. Captain say okay.
Excellent. I will be adding this to our overall mission report for the Xel'nari to review, but it sounds like you all handled yourselves amicably, and that everybody has walked away okay.
And
Storm's still suspicious in the corner. Suspiciously keeping her mouth shut, mind you.
Mug will sort of turn to you and go, not sure how much sleep you had, but we have something special for you.
Oh? I had an adequate amount of sleep.
And sort of lean in and go, cryptic evidence.
Could you elaborate?
No, cryptic.
Where did you obtain the evidence?
From Slaver.
Oh, in relation to the slavers' dealings? That could be quite beneficial, especially if we are dealing with the Demu Empire soon.
But it in box and not sure how open box.
All right. I can take a crack at it.
No, don't crack. Just use it delicate.
Storm still hasn't had a look at the box yet.
In the meantime, Sam's been like preparing a little plate of food and just kind of like put it down at the place where Kovic would sit, put the box down, and just kind of, it's just basically silent, laid, it's there. Just there you go.
Oh. Kovic will look at it, and the box will just begin to float up and kind of orbit in front of her face, and she'll just ponder it and think, "Oh, you've already."
You'd want us out of town as soon as possible.
Well, that shouldn't be a problem. You've already removed 2 of the tumblers. I see. That's impressive. Who did that?
Who did that?
Guess.
Storm lacks the attention span.
Mug and Sam was working on it. Which one you think did it?
Sam's just there petting his pig.
What did you say? Petting your pig?
Yeah.
He's got a.
Not a real pig. It's a little.
There's
Oh,
a
okay.
little thing that gives up pocket bacon once a day.
I don't think that's come up on screen while I've been playing, so it just sounded really confusing. Like you had
Francis Bacon.
yes.
Yes.
I wager that it was potentially a group effort between the two of you.
Good answer.
Is that correct?
No, he did it, but still good answer.
Impressive. Would you like to elaborate on the techniques you used, and I'll take a crack at continuing on from where you started?
Sure. Wait, what? I wasn't paying attention.
So Kovac is asking Sam to explain how they did what they did so that she can follow suit.
Maybe when we travel, you both.
All right.
There's also the paperwork that Sam grabbed that was left at that same underneath the box.
Ooh,
Keep it weighted down.
did the party grab what Ash described as high quality paper as well?
You don't know.
No.
We grabbed what was evidentially important.
Yeah.
That's fine.
You don't
Kelly
know
doesn't
there
know.
was any high quality paper.
I know. That's why I was asking just in case.
Or he's just crying internally. It's okay.
I needed that. My spells.
She doesn't have to know that it was there.
And she never will.
It's okay, it's fine. I'm gonna take a crack at this thing just to get like a feel for it.
Okay.
Trying to.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, it was one of those things like there's no actual locks, like poking and prodding and like moving sections that make other sections move.
Does
Correct?
Are you sure that should go there? Shouldn't you put it the other way around? Have an inspiration dice.
Oh boy!
Backseat
That's-
puzzling.
I honestly keep forgetting that Mug is a bard.
Does Sam explaining how they got it to this point count as the help action as well?
When you have a look over it, Sam's explanation for what they've done so far is nonsensical. They have literally just fiddled around with it until a panel has
Things
spit
happened.
out.
Yeah.
They haven't actually been able to work out a method to it.
Okay. With the inspiration from Mug, that is a 21.
You fiddle around with it for a while. Once or twice you hear something shifting, but nothing comes loose. And after a decent effort, you kind of give up for the moment, realizing that you have not made heads or tails of how it works.
This device is incredibly stubborn. I'll have to work on this a bit later.
Actually, did we end up with any of the slave rings, or did we hand them all over to the captain of the guard?
They got all handed over.
Okay.
But I was very insistent about that.
Fair. So, are there any other matters for us to see to before we leave? Has everybody bought their warm clothing?
Oh, I forgot to do that yesterday when I went shopping.
Yeah, should do that before we head off. Also, Sam, you want small size armor? There's some
Wow.
at store.
Wait,
Won't
what?
you want buy armor?
What armor?
Studded leather armor?
Oh yeah, I should look at that.
When Mug goes store, Mug sees some, so if you want, you buy.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Alrighty. Are we heading to the shops before heading out then?
Actually, no. Mug did buy clothing because he was with
You did,
Kovacs.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Thalai, are you good to proceed?
Yeah.
I
Wonderful.
think only Storm and Storm and Thumb
Sam.
got distracted. Sam went
I
off
have-
on their own way.
I have some queries about your evening. Might I follow up on my report outside with you?
Who are you addressing?
Thalai,
Sorry. What was that something?
can I talk to you in private about last night?
Sure.
Okay, I'll lead Thalai outside. Is there like a porch with like stools or benches to sit at?
No, not at the front of the Imprint Center bit. It's kind of opens up straight into the market proper.
Okay, cool.
You could easily find a bit of a corner to step aside to have some privacy.
Oh, good. I'll
Rooms.
do that and just say, I suspect that you are not as okay as your words indicated.
I'm fine.
I am unconvinced of this statement.
I'm fine. I say I am.
It is quite often that emotions elude me, but I am reasonably adept at perceiving lies.
I feel like sorry, Thalai at this point's like, can everyone stop calling me out my shit, man?
God damn.
Because you've already had Storm at you this morning.
I say I'm fine.
If you insist. If you would like to discuss what occurred last night with me at any point during our journey, by all means.
Yep.
Do you have anything else you would like to say?
No.
Okay. I don't expect you'll be in need of any winter clothing.
No.
Okay. I will... Ooh! I need to go and talk to Storm. I'll be right back.
I'm gonna walk up to the counter and ask for a strong drink.
They're heading back inside for the moment.
Yeah.
Aaron floats on over and serves you up one for 3 copper pieces.
Hey, is it strong or not really that strong?
It's decently strong. I mean, for your standards back at your tribe, it's not that strong, but it's strong by what you're used to in the Xel'nari.
I'll ask for another 2. Top of.
Okay. She just kind of looks at you and goes, "Damn, kicking it off strong this morning. Don't normally have most of my patrons going for that stuff this early. You got a lot on your mind, I can see. You want to talk to Aaron about it?"
No. Just want to drink.
You're looking a bit down on your luck. Having some problems, eh?
No, I just want to drink.
Doubting yourself a bit.
Sorry, Ash, what was that?
Doubting yourself a bit.
Oh. Maybe.
Mm.
No.
Well, alright, hun, but I can see you're mighty strong and big. Take most of anyone in this place. You got nothing to doubt. Don't you worry. And she slides enough one across the counter and she goes, "This one's on me."
Thanks. And he will, in quick succession, down the the 3 extras. And he'll still pay for it as well.
Alrighty. Now, Kovac.
Yes.
Storm aside.
Storm.
In a cat.
You walk into her talking to Thug. So okay, we should hey Kovac, we're going to get some warm clothes. What you need?
I wanted to give you something.
You give me? Oh, okay.
Yes. I noticed that when last we were in Antioch, you took special interest in a book, in the Wild Quill.
I did? Oh yeah.
Yes.
I
Now,
remember.
as I'm sure you are no doubt aware, the policy forbids borrowing or buying of books, but they are more than happy to allow you to transcribe portions from the book. So with the combined effort of myself, Tyr, and an unseen servant, I present to you most of the book you were interested in. And I basically just hand to her a hastily but still pretty well bound handwritten copy of that book, and just give it to you. And it's in, was it Primordial? Yes.
Oh, and like you're not used to seeing Storm particularly interested in books, and especially books written in common. She normally just like goes and like goes kind of cross-eyed. This she's actually looks like she's reading the words on the page. Oh, it is. Okay.
No,
Thank you.
I didn't get everything, but that should be enough to tide you over for our journey. And hopefully, when we pass back through Antioch on the way back to HQ, I can transcribe the rest for you.
Oh, okay. She goes, thank you. Goes to put it in her bra and goes, pepper is flammable, isn't it? Never mind. Puts it in her bag. And then goes, let's go, dog! And walks out.
Why? Does anyone know what's in Storm's bra that's flammable?
Are you yelling that back towards us?
Yes.
She's already skipped out with Thug, dragging him behind.
He had no choice in this matter.
Isn't that rude to ask?
I'm more concerned that she thinks she can fit something flammable and a book in her bra as well as her breasts.
I don't have
Well-
boobs, guys. I mean, she does. They're just really small. Cats don't need boobs, just saying they have teats.
I can't remember whether or not Kovac is aware that Storm has the bra holding. Wait, where did the bra come from? It was from the barkeep at the Xel'nari HQ, wasn't it? So she does know about it. Never mind.
Yep.
Yes, and
And forgetful.
you haven't really seen her put anything in it.
Okay, then ignore my query because she's clearly put something flammable in there.
Otherwise, the answer would be tactical options.
I'm worried, but not surprised.
That's still the answer regardless.
There's validity either way.
It's a shitstorm in an A cup.
Oh.
Hey, you're not wrong.
Hey, cup.
Hey.
I'm kind of bouncing around all over. Has Sam left yet?
Not yet, no.
Okay, well, and then Kovac's also going to go and talk to them. Just say, I think I'm at 1 of 2 for attempting this morning. How are you?
Looks up and down, not dead.
That is not nearly as good as you could be.
How are you you doing this morning? You had a good time by the look of it. While Sam's saying this, they're not looking at you directly, but they're trying to make an attempt. Like, I've taken a breath. It's like, how was your evening? Did you have a good time? I got the box and the paperwork for you.
Kermit kind of begins to flush a bit purple and says, "It was a mutually beneficial experience."
Wait, it means mutually beneficial. That's when Sam's eyes lock and it's just like, mm-hmm. I'm happy you had a good time. I'm gonna go buy clothes now.
Okay, so Sam runs off. Can I roll an insight check on them just to get a vibe?
Sure.
Because I wanna. 24.
I don't even think I need to roll against that. Sam's not really necessarily hiding stuff. I'm gonna roll anyway. What did I get on the new dice? That's a 4. Okay.
You need to break them in. You need to teach them who's boss.
This is like brand new dice. I haven't even used them yet. Sam is working through some stuff. But
Okay.
when they said that they were happy that you had a good time, that was genuine. There's a little bit of jealousy. There's a little bit. But they're working through some stuff. Like they recognize that there might have been a bit of a toxic trait dwelling, and it's like, I'm gonna go buy clothes now. And then Sam will stop at the door and turn around and be like, did you want to come with?
Yes, I can show you where I bought mine.
Okay. Just looks like the gold dress. You mean that?
And the parka. I should probably change into something more practical before I go. If you're happy to wait.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, I'll.
Did you pick up the paperwork?
Yes, I've grabbed the paperwork and the weird puzzle box, and I'll hop into the back of the car to change into my Xel'nari uniform plus parka, and then lead Sam to where I got my warm clothes from.
Yeah. Is Mug still around? Actually, did Mug already leave?
Mug is being
No.
dragged off by Storm.
Not
No, I
Mug,
thought it
that
was
was
Thog.
Thog.
Oh, sorry. Mug.
We're-
Sorry.
We're not the same.
Wow, DM, rude. There's one thing, because I was going to ask Thog where he bought the armor from, or saw the armor, because I did want to go out and get some studded leather.
You
Yeah.
mean Mug, right?
Yeah.
What did I say? Did I say Thog? Oh, fuck.
yes.
Oh, Jesus, you're doing it too! Not all orcs are the same! You racist! A lot of you.
Hashtag not all orcs.
Hashtag Orcs Life Matter. No.
Let's calm down.
No, if you want to be controversial, it'll be Gnome Lives Matter, but we all know that's weird.
Not-
A lie.
That's a lie at the moment.
Mhm.
Unfortunately. Sorry, Scandal. I'm sorry. Sorry, Pike. Hold on, where's my Pike?
Aw.
A baby. A literal angel, bless her. But yeah, we'll check with Mug. Said the right word there. Where the armor was bought from, and we'll wait for Thalai.
It was Lucky Harry's armor and miscellaneous.
Mhm.
It's like Harry's
Emporium.
Harry's Emporium of haberdashery and handsome outerwear. I don't know.
Someplace. Insert name here.
Like how we've decided he is definitely Harry.
Of course.
Alright.
Go.
You go into town. I assume, Thalai, you eventually, after downing your drinks, meet up with the others.
I'm just going to be sitting on the carts waiting for them to finish buying.
So not going with them.
He's just babysitting our stuff, apparently.
Yeah.
Yep.
The cold never bothered him anyway.
I literally have cold resistance and the racial feat of being acclimatized.
Come on, guys. Let it go. Let it go.
Oh no!
And I actually don't suffer penalties for being in high altitudes. Yeah, no, he's good. He's good.
What's that? Disney's calling? Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh, we don't have anyone making puns in chat, so I've got to lift my game.
Fair,
No,
yeah.
chat's
Where's
been,
the
chat's been really
pun
quiet.
game?
It's only- I think they're all just lurkers.
That's alright.
I mean,
They're allowed
like,
to lurk.
fair. They're allowed to lurk, but
Yeah.
I'm kind of
Lurky
missing the
gurkies.
puns. Lurk and
Oh.
gurk.
Ignatius
music.
D. Boo, Mick. Boo.
Ignatius D. That's Christian.
That is.
I wonder where
Christian.
you got that name from.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Mick who named you, actually.
Oh,
I
what's
think you've
this?
adopted it
Father
by...
moment?
You kind of adopted that name out of Stockholm Syndrome.
Out of no choice.
Ignatius D. and the Scourge of Eris, of course.
I've done something like that, I'm not gonna lie.
Hmm.
Oh, pardon me.
Alright, it's not long for you to head around and find some warm clothes. It'll only cost you about 5 silver to get you what you need. And then you can gather up again back at the cart.
So,
Hopefully,
how
all
well
ready to go
does
out.
Thog and Storm go on their adventure?
What is your adventure?
We are acquiring warm clothes too.
Oh, yeah. You spend a bit of time going around and find yourself some warm clothes for a few silvers each.
Okay.
Although Thog is of the mindset of, nah, don't need it. Thog will be fine.
It's okay. I will get it for you anyway, and if you don't use it, I will. Probably, maybe.
Waste of coin it is.
We can always sell
That could
it
be
later.
good ale coin.
I mean, we have a lot of ale. Plus, we could always sell it later for more ale. You know, there might be people who trade for ale. There are other people who get really cold really easily. And if it's cold, they'll be even more desperate for warm.
These guys be hustling.
You understand better than I.
Do I?
Alright,
Okay.
let's get.
Okay, let's get. Please, sir, can you fit me and my friend in warm clothes?
Yes, I can whip that up for you right away. I've got something in your size, not a problem. It'll need a few adjustments, especially for the tail, but that won't be too hard. And you there, sir? Yes, not too broad. I think I've got something just for you. And he'll go to work, and a few minor adjustments, but is able to put together some clothes for you.
Thank you very much, sir.
All right,
How much do I owe this person?
5 silver each, so 10.
10 silver.
Is Storm poor?
Nope.
Doesn't understand coins.
No, get poor. Ah, it's funny.
Okay, she pays the exact change.
She's a cat, got cat paws.
By chance, she pays the exact change.
Okay. And you're all gathering up back at the cart, getting ready to head on out.
Indeed. So
One,
You-
yeah, one.
So you parked the booze cart at the Emerald Centipedes, so now by Kovac bringing the other cart
Mhm.
there as well.
Yeah.
Both together, okay.
But how much will the thing for Sam cost as well? Because Sam wanted to go get the armor and some of the clothing.
So stud leather armor will be 45. gold pieces.
Easily done. If I traded my old armor, if they do that,
They do not accept trade.
that's fine. So 45 alleys, I can easily afford that.
You could probably find some pawnbrokers along the sides of the street that would trade for it, but having a look at what they're offering others, you're not imagining you'll get what it's worth.
That's fine. I'll keep hold of it. You never know when a spare pair of armor will be needed, Thalai.
It's definitely in Thalai's size.
No, I'm just saying as an example, if someone did. Oh, never mind. I
If
need
it's not
to
made of
add-
metal, you're probably safe.
True.
Well, you can't wear metal as a druid anyways.
No, I can have a metal shield though.
Yeah, it's
No, you
weird.
No, you can't.
Okay.
No, you can't.
Really?
Nope.
Yeah,
I thought shields were okay.
Nope.
No.
The weaponry was potentially okay.
Nope. Nope.
no,
wooden
you can
shield.
still have a shield because there are wooden shields.
Yeah.
The shield can be either wooden or metal.
It has to be a wooden shield.
Studded leather, I
Each
have
edition
all-
has it slightly differently.
This is true.
Anyway,
That's valid. Anyway, so we'll buy that, and then we'll go look for warmer clothing.
Indeed. Everything I am helping Sam to find, especially in outer layers, like if I get a vibe on what Sam's size is, everything I will offer to them is going to be at least 1 to 2 sizes larger than that.
They might need like one tighter layer, like a thermal. Let's be
Sure.
real here. But then the majority of the important stuff will be slightly tighter. They can have a girl chat about then the usual like outers.
Yes. Big, like almost Baby Yoda kind of proportions coat.
Yeah, that's the best way to describe
Actually.
Sam, just Baby Yoda.
Or that you were styled by Billie Eilish.
Both work. Both are fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not now picturing you in like kids' clothing because it's the easiest to find. So you got like big gumboots, a parka with little pictures of cows printed on it.
No, you know what's going to be even better? Just look at what you're wearing. Nothing of it matches. Like the hand-me-downs. I'm a Weasley. No. But yeah, things like that is actually, so this is what Sam will buy. How much will that run them? Is this going to be from the same location? No, it's going to be from different locations, the armor and the clothes separate.
So the armor itself will be 45 gold pieces.
I've already removed that.
Yeah, the warm clothes is only 5 silver.
Cool. I'll mark that off on mine.
So I will say that Storm's outfit has a distinct lack of boots.
God damn it.
Of boots.
Yep.
We can
I'm
get
sure,
wraps.
I'm sure that will not end poorly at all.
It might,
Definitely not.
but no one went shopping with her, and she does not like feet restrictions.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Is that because you don't know how many pairs of boots to buy? 1 or 2?
Well played.
No, you need those boots with the individual toes, so you can call them gloves.
She
Gross.
doesn't. She doesn't like the way boots sit on her feet because they don't fit right.
Yep. I think we're about ready to head off into the wild grey yonder.
I
Yeah.
believe so.
Mm.
Alrighty.
Oh. Pile onto the cart, yell, giddy up.
Who is leading the carts this time round as we head on out?
Thalai will drive the main one.
And I think Thog was driving the booze one.
Yeah,
He's
Storm and
definitely
Thog were
at least
driving the
on
blue
it,
one. Blue
not
one.
necessarily driving, but yes, he will
Yeah.
be close at hand.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I thought he was proficient with land vehicles.
He is, yes. He
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
It's just driving is not necessarily the word that I would use when there is ale at hand.
I will be in the back of the main cart at the desk working on a variety of things.
Okay.
Sam will be hovering around Kovac just in case there's like just checking on what that's kind of if they can lend a hand. That's all. Not like what are you working on? What are you doing? What are you doing? Pay attention. It's more like just like okay, that's nice.
As you
Like
head out,
we've still got that weird energy.
as you head out the south gates of Antioch, you have a choice in paths. You can cross the river fairly early on. That will put you into the border of Demu territory. Or you can stay on the northern shore of the river and follow it around. It is a bit of a longer travel, but it means you will be staying within Namaran territory.
That would be safer.
How do
Can
we
we
feel?
can we go to the map?
Yes.
Yeah. Like the river sounds good for expediency, but we might be waylaid with more things if we are in their territory. But I think I don't know, part of me thinks at this moment in time we're all kind of like, no, we're Xel'nari. That's fine. We're on like official orders. I'm not hot-headed, but do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Also, it would allow us to get more information, perhaps more expediently, if we are inside the Demu territories.
Yeah.
You are currently down here in Antioch.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Alice,
we have-
do the thing?
I did
do
the
we
thing, didn't I?
do we have
Wait,
an
what?
idea of?
What? Did I not? I did do a thing.
On the stream, I think it's still
Stream,
showing
put us
the
to the
Trials
map
of
screen.
Xel'nari.
Oh, right, I forgot to change it to the map screen. That's a different
It's
problem.
okay.
So,
It should have changed over.
so
Yay.
are there? So, is there only one road that leads in and out of the mountains on this on like the north side of the mountains?
The only road that you have been indicated that leads into Monominoto is on the northern side of the mountain. It's just within the Demu border, but it does borderline on the edge of Namaran territory.
Okay.
The lands at the bottom of the mountain are Namaran, but the mountain itself is technically under Demu control, and that the road goes up along the side of it.
So is it? Oh God.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Kind of.
So there's several roads you can take. Allow me to just down here for you. So if you go over the north, you'll be going up along and around down.
Okay.
You have a choice of going across the water now and taking a path that is very much like the one you've optioned, or going down more through the Demu territory.
Which is the fastest?
The fastest one is through Demu territory.
But that's Demu territory, which can be a bit risque.
Shall we split the difference and go for the center path because it's more direct, but also we spend most of our time in Namara?
Seems like a good idea.
All right.
Sure.
So that means going through the corner of Demu territory.
Just for a little bit, about 3 days travel in Demu territory.
Okay.
Mm.
That's not awful.
Storm is quiet because she does not understand and just is listening and letting you all choose.
So it'd be good to remember that we're all going to look very much as outsiders.
Yep.
Because we're not
With
human.
our Xel'nari colours, but yeah.
Are we going to have Xel'nari colors?
Do they demo even like us?
They like us in chains or in bracelets.
The Demu respect the Xel'nari's power.
Yeah.
That is the extent of
Good.
their relations with the Xel'nari.
If I'm remembering this correctly as well, if we were not wearing Xel'nari colours, considering none of us are humans,
Yep, we would all be
we
considered
would
slaves.
be targeted
Mhm.
heavily.
Very, very likely.
Like, they still probably have a problem with us for the fact that we are not humans, but we at least carry the Xel'nari weight. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, center path? Yep.
Center path.
Yeah, the most direct path is probably best.
But the most, well, the
Direct-
shortest path is the bottom path.
Yeah, but we want to avoid as much of the demo as possible. Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You travel for about half an hour before reaching the bridge spanning over the river. At this point in the river, it's actually spread out into a bit of a lake, which is where a number of the barges come in to trade with Antioch. So the bridge itself is not particularly tall. It's enough that barges can fit under them, but anything with a mast will not be able to. So it has to be rowed through. But it is quite a long bridge, and about halfway across the bridge, it's made of stone, cobblestone. You can see that the architecture to it changes. It's clearly in a more demo style of architecture, which is more feudal Japanese style. On the bridge, as well, as you're making your way across, you can see that there is actually not necessarily a gatehouse. There is a building on the side built into the bridge, and several demo guards standing on the bridge, stopping each cart as it comes through, and obviously acting as a border patrol of sorts.
Do we still have the storm-sized fireworks?
You do have the storm sense.
I have it in the bag of holding.
Oh, good. That's fine then. Just thinking customs might have a problem with that.
Are they gonna find it if it's in your bra?
It's not in the bra. It's in the bag.
Oh, the big ones were. Yeah.
The
Yeah,
little
the
ones
big
are
one's in the
bra.
bag of holding.
Yeah.
They're stopping everyone, even people on foot, as they move their way through. It doesn't seem like they're spending much time with them, but they are definitely giving them a bit of a shakedown, looking over the carts and carriages before allowing them to move on. So far, from what you've seen, no one has been turned away.
Yet.
Okay.
The armor that they seem to be wearing is also in the traditional Japanese, almost samurai style. It's more plated of interwoven plates of, you believe it looks like metal, but it looks very much like trying to think of the word that is now
Lamella?
yeah, lamella. Thank you.
Yeah.
That is the word. Yeah, so it looks like it is made of plates of metal, but it is in the lamella style. Each one of them is holding a spear as their primary weapon, though they do have swords at their side as well. Hello, Toastbutt.
So would that be considered scale armor, or is it a
Yes.
heavier? Okay, yep.
It will be considered scale for what they're wearing.
Yep.
As you approach, it is simply just a hand up to stop you.
Yeah, well, I'll stop.
I'll cast Change Self to look human,
As to approach, yep.
and get out from the back of the wagon when I see that it stops.
Did we get like a writ or something about this, what we're doing?
That'd be the last thing that I'd show them.
I'm just trying to remember if we had like documentation, like official documentation.
If
Uh,
Kovac is paying attention to what is happening outside, she's now very hastily preparing the generic framework of a document, intentionally leaving portions blank, and is paying attention to what Mug is saying to like fill in the blanks to corroborate with what he's saying, and then can just like hand it out to him.
All right, roll me a forgery then.
Okay.
If you are proficient with forgery kit, add your proficiency.
I am proficient, and because of my very dark and dispassion, I can also add a d4 to this roll.
And I'll get you to add wisdom to this as well.
Okay. Natural 20, so 25.
Okay, nice.
Wow.
right.
Popping off today.
Just quickly paper down, quill out. It's like Chappie just like printing it out.
Yeah.
All right.
It's almost like you're very familiar with official Xel'nari documentation.
So, yeah.
For some reason.
You can do it in his sleep. As the guards kind of move around, they are not speaking to you at all, Thalai. They're just kind of looking you over, moving around the cart, and then they see you, Mug, step out of the cart and immediately address you, and they go, "What is your purpose for coming through?"
Wait, no. 28, actually. Sorry.
Because that's what matters.
Just in case.
Top of the morning to you. We're just traveling through. It's a fine day. We're up to see the mountains.
Off to the mountains, eh? What is your
Indeed.
purpose of travel?
With going to meet up with some friends. I've got a bit of a supply back here for a bit of a party.
Look over
Pointing
at your
back to the big
ale
barrels there. Yeah.
Now, Thalai, do you have your Xel'nari symbol visible?
I mean, Storm always does.
I was going to say, the lie would not hide it. He would.
Thalai, the epitome of subtlety.
He wears the Xel'nari symbol as part of a sash across his chest.
Yeah, and Storm
armor.
is no different. She wears hers as a sash across her as well. So
Party,
unless
is it diplomatic in reason?
I'm just here to help out with the travel now. It's not really my sort of concern, and is it an important distinction?
We just need to know your reason. Gotta log it all down.
We will not be in your lands for very long. We're passing along on the southeastern road. I mean, southwestern. Get a bit turned around these days.
Your companions are uncollared.
Aye, that's true. There's...
Lie just subtly rips the rain harder. I'm
Storm
hearing that.
hisses.
I mean, no disrespect, of course. It's just keep them close by. I see your symbols. They'll protect you here, but don't be caught with them off.
These aren't the sort to cause any trouble. You have my word on that.
As Storm is contemplating leaving a revenge shit.
Wow.
She's a cat, man. She lets her displeasure known.
You have any documentation?
I'm sure we can get something around for you.
3,
What?
2, 1. Arm pokes out the back of the cart and just goes and just like waves the shit back and forth.
Have you sanded the ink so it's dry and set?
Yep.
It's like one of the pit crews at the Formula One. Just done.
See- Alright. I'll get you to roll a persuasion with advantage, then.
Hey.
As they look over the paperwork.
Flawless.
23.
Everything seems to be in order. What is your destination within the walls?
So, I mean, where do we going in your land?
Yay.
The quickest way to get out of it, no offense intended, of course, but we want to leave your lands. So the road will be on here, will take us a couple of days, and then we'll be out into the next land over, is that right? The Namara territories?
Ah, you're not staying. You should have said so.
Oh, sorry. I thought that would have been obvious that no, we'll be passing through.
They look over your paperwork again. And the guard takes a few steps back and whispers something to the other guard for a moment.
I'll try and hear.
Can I do a perception check to see if I can hear? Or am I out of range?
Whereabouts are you?
She's
You
riding
haven't
the
actually
front
told
of the
me.
cart with Thug on the other cart.
Okay.
On the ale cart, yeah.
Then yes, you can make it.
Oh, because am I sort of the closest, or me or Thalai?
You would be the closest, and then Thalai and Storm would be next closest.
Oh, if I'm
17?
close enough, then I'll try and hear too then.
I get sub 10.
Oh,
I mean, I can give it a go if everyone's having fun with it. It's like, this is
you're
fuck it.
probably inside the cart or on the back cart.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able
Close
to.
enough. No.
That's fine.
don't worry about me.
So
I'm too angry about the whole collar remark.
I rolled a 7, but I have a plus 10, so save the day there. 17.
You strain your ears to listen, but they have turned their backs to you and whispering in low tones. You're not able to make out what they are saying.
How many people are watching us right now?
There are 5 guards in total.
How many of them are watching us? How many of them have their backs turned to us? Like,
Only 2 of them currently have their backs turned to you.
okay.
The 2 that are talking. The other 3 are watching the cart.
She is
and
wise
you.
enough not to cause problems. Yet. For now.
For now.
After a moment of them talking, he turns around, presents you with the scroll. Everything seems to be in order. You may pass.
Thank you for your time.
Ash, can I do an insight check on their attitude towards Storm?
Mhm.
In the sense of, do they seem even slightly surprised by the presence of her race?
Give me an insight.
Because she knows that it's uncommon for her race to be seen. That's a 16 plus 7. So...
They might be
23.
surprised. They might be surprised, but they are more just cautious in general of what they believe uncollared slaves. Or potential slaves. They know that you have the Xel'nari symbol, so they kind of on tension. You notice that each and every single one of them is gripping the sword at their side and has their spear kind of just a little bit lowered as if ready to attack if anything was to happen. But they are staying their blades.
Okay.
Clever enough to be cautious.
Also, it's their job.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know how many of you are in chat, but if everyone wants to give a little quick self-introduction in the Twitch chat for our new viewers, just while they're not doing anything. Just in the chat.
Oh, just type it down? Or...
Yeah, just give a little
when you get a moment.
self-introduction. Yeah, when you got a moment. So that the newer viewers can
Also, welcome.
carry
Panda.
along and welcome.
So are they... When they said that we have everything in order,
Yep.
do they kind of move out of the
waved
way
you
and...
on and stepped aside.
I'll give a little telepathic message to Thalai saying, it's fine, we got a bigger job to do.
I'll drive forward.
And continue on.
Alright. You make your way along the bridge. It's slow going as the carts are kind of backed up a little bit of those who are traveling in. The one thing you notice as you are making your way down is that there are a few cars. God damn it. There are a few cars heading in the opposite carts, not cars. Heading in the opposite direction, and it is very evident that a number of them are either being led by or trailed behind by collared orcs, half orcs. There are some elves in there as well as there is 1 or 2 halflings as well.
Okay.
But it seems that the ones trailing the carts typically are orcs or half-orcs, and they are all in shackles as well as having the collar on them.
Thalai does not look at all pleased. His disgust and displeasure is very evident on his face, and he's not attempt to hide it.
Kovac,
How about Mug? Thug, sorry.
can you end magical effects?
Yes,
Dispel
yes,
magic?
yes, I can.
If we happen to drive by one of those bracelets, could you see what happens if you try to end it? I'm just very curious.
Wait,
So rather than a bracelet, these ones actually have a neck collar on.
Oh, neck collar. Yeah.
so not magical, but mundane restraints.
No, so it definitely looks similar to the bracelet that Thalai had. It's just you had the idea that the bracelet was more of a way of disguising it of sorts and making
It
it
was a
look
bit
less
more
like a slave collar.
Okay,
These ones
yeah.
are definitely not discreet, and you can see that there are magic runes etched on it as well. The shackles that they have on their hands are just mundane shackles, though.
Okay, so is it like collar and then shackles attaching arms together as well, or
So it's collar separated, with nothing on that, and shackles chained to the next, to the next, to the next, so a chain line.
so even though they've got the collar on, they don't trust the collar completely, and are also making sure that they're all attached together?
You imagine it's more of a degradation kind of thing. It's assert power and dominance.
I am abundantly tempted. I will, however, wait until we have almost cleared the bridge. So if there's like a line of people waiting to leave, as we're about to pass the end of the queue to leave the Demo Empire, I'll peer up next to a window, pull out a wand, poke out the tip, and just whisper, and cast Dispel Magic on a collar at the end of a line, and just see.
You as a wizard know that attempting to whisper your spell will not be as effective as casting it correctly.
Good point.
Do you need cover?
Yes, please.
Music. As we're traveling along, Mug will play some rollicking tunes.
Okay.
Because at least then it's not the only strange noise that's occurring. Now, if we wanted perfect cover and concealment acoustically, Storm could play her bagpipes and no one would know what on earth was going on.
All you have to do is ask, and she will happily pull them out.
Mug, do you know a song that matches the cadence of, and I will speak just the verbal components of the Dispel Magic spell, just so I can hide my words in the rhythm of your song?
Yes, it's called Improvised Jazz Scat.
Okay.
Jazz Scat.
Well, then, I'll have my best chance of hiding my spell if you match that rhythm, okay?
I just imagine Mug jumping up on top of the cart, just going.
And
All right. So are you attempting it on one of the chain gangs that are going past, or one of the ones that are currently leading a cart?
Probably the person at the end of the queue to leave the Demo Empire. So I'm making it so that we are spending the least amount of time potentially at risk. So so if there's a queue of people trying to leave the demo, I am targeting the last collared person at the end of the queue as we're passing by.
All right. And you're just casting at 3rd level?
I cannot cast any higher. Yeah, so yes.
Yeah. No worries. As they're walking along, you see the collar vibrate for a moment, as if it's about to shock them, the same style as what happened when Thalai attempted to take off. And then the runes along it flash for a moment and then turn dim. It is still around their neck, but it seems to have deactivated.
Magic.
I turned to Mug and give him a thumbs up.
They do
All
not
to
seem
know
to have
later.
noticed it happen either.
Kovac, keep that spell handy while we're
Always.
here.
Always.
Not that I'm saying one of us are going to be enslaved at some point, but let's face it. One of us is going to be enslaved at some point.
Yes, of course we are.
Dibs, not me.
I will shit on everything if they do. Now.
Sam has disappeared and is hiding in the cart.
Or to just cast invisibility.
He's
I'll
changed
get
into
my
a
cat off the
I mean,
windowsill.
yeah, I was gonna say
But-
on brand.
Alright.
changed into a ginger cat. Here's one I prepared earlier.
I've
Yes,
done it
a
before.
real ginger cat. And
As
he will
you
gingerly
finally
walk away.
make your way off the bridge, you come to the fork in the road, which allows you to either continue along the water's edge on this side of the road, and which is the path that you had decided, or heading further south, which you can see already up ahead already forks again. One road leading much deeper towards the Demo Empire, the other leading along the more southern route for you.
We know where we're going.
Do we?
Yep.
Do we
Yep,
truly?
drive along the route that we chose.
Alright. Storm and Thog are just following behind. We're just in the rear cart, just following along.
Convoy.
Right. The rest of your day kind of goes without hitch. There is the occasional other cart going the other way. There are a few riders on horseback who pass you, coming the same direction as you. You do see the occasional extra slave working in a field or out the front of a house along the way. There is kind of a few spots along this road. It's not like a village or anything, it's kind of just farmland spot along the road as you go. But no one really seems to pay you much notice as you pass your way through.
Does
The slaves are keeping their head down in the fields.
Does
and
Storm notice
ignoring you.
any one of her kind?
No, you would not be seeing another tabaxi out here.
Good.
You're in kind of an open area when night starts to fall. There is farmland on either side of you and a few barns and houses along the road, but there is not really a good area to stop to make camp that's like in a sheltered area. It will be out in the open.
Not thrilled.
Storm's happy.
Hmm.
She
It's
likes
good to be-
stars.
Yeah.
Sure. We'll pull over on the side of the road and set up camp, I guess.
Well, we do have wagon to keep, like, safe, dry, warm.
Do you have any safe suggestions for Lai?
Here.
So lie the quiet.
So looking around, it's just open an area.
There is low stone fence line along either side of the road. There is enough space that you could pull the carts off the main road to allow traffic to still pass through. But there is no groups of trees or anything or a clearing. The closest shelter of any kind is a barn out in one of the fields.
Hey, Blue,
And
you
it doesn't
still have
look like
bird?
there doesn't look like there's a cluster of trees or anything.
No.
Ah, yes.
Um,
I conjure Wisteria on my arm.
Can Storm do like a survival check to see if there's a more discreet place for us to camp on the road, along the road?
You wouldn't even need a survival. Looking up and down the road from what you can see here, there is no discrete place.
A place that might be safer then?
Safest place, you would say, would be the barn.
Okay.
Yeah, hard pass.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So, does Bird see anything else?
I'll
So you send Wisteria up into the air.
yes. Shift my focus into her gaze. I'll tell her to just do progressively wider circles around us, and because she has night vision, I can see.
Well, night is only just now starting to fall, so it's still bright enough that you'll be able to see. But yeah, night vision will help. As she circles up and up into the air and expands her search, on the other side of the field, to the north of you, is the river, and along the riverbank there are small clusters of trees and a bit more cover of sorts. It's less built up. There is about an hour up the road. She sees a watermill working away. And there is a decent amount of tree coverage there.
Okay. I'll call her back and pass this along to everybody. If we are okay pushing
What's her passive perception, or does she just go off yours?
her passive perception 13.
In the far distance down the road, she does see smoke plumes. Several of them all tightly clustered together. Possibly a fire of some description.
So is that like fires in the trees or just?
No, this is on the road. Much further down the road.
Does it
right
look
on the
like
edge
a
of
like a
vision.
cluster of camps sort of fire, or like a should be concerned fire?
She can't see what it actually is. It is simply she can see several plumes of smoke coming up into the air.
Okay. I'll pass this along to everybody and say, pushing forward and camping by the watermill might be a better bet since there's more tree cover. But then we are also by the watermill.
If watermill owned by Demu person, they not like us. Let's go by river.
Yes. Is there a path we can take that like cuts in between farms and will take us to the river?
Yeah, there's some dirt roads that lead down off the main roads, as well as open fields as well.
Okay. Then let's do that.
All right. You head. Are you heading up towards the watermill, or staying a little bit back away from it to keep more separated from it?
Oh, the watermill was an hour away, wasn't it?
Yep.
Like, is there a dirt road to go to the thing within the next 10 minutes?
Yes, there would be.
Yeah. I'd vote we go there.
Same.
Take the nearest one in the same direction we're traveling.
All right. You head on
Makes
up
no
the road.
sense.
Storm trusts everyone
you
else's
do-
wisdom in this because she doesn't.
She shouldn't,
know.
but
She's not
you
familiar
do
with these
see-
lands.
As you make your way up the road, a single farmhouse off to your west, but it is right on the edge of your eyesight as the sun's going down. So they should be well and truly out of your reach for any interference.
Okay.
And you make your way along until you can hear the river flowing. It seems that this area here, it has started to close in a bit. Still quite wide, but it is definitely starting to taper in. And there is a decent amount of tree coverage here that you could tuck the carts away behind it and still have a bit of a clearing. Though you, even with like just a passive on survival, you would know that by lighting a fire here, the smoke may be visible from the house.
Right.
is that when we just get the druid to produce flame and cook over the the smokeless fire?
I mean, Storm
I
can also
can cook
do that.
wisteria.
You
Wow.
absolutely
Wow.
cannot.
I can try, damn it.
Is that when we just cast cantrips at a stone to get that hot enough to use that as a hot plate to fry bacon and eggs?
I mean, I can use prestidigitation to heat and flavor food quite easily.
But not to cook it, just to heat it.
Yes. So ideally, if we have food like rations or jerky that's already cooked, I can warm it up and then we can have that.
Yes, you do have rations on you.
Storm's also proficient at cooking, so
Yep.
she can probably whip something up for you guys.
Whip it up. Whip it up.
All right.
Whip it real.
So not going for a fire pit.
No.
No,
Avoid
no.
that.
All right. On the edge of the river, there is, whilst there is some trees giving you cover, there is a decent amount of moonlight still coming in. Though it is starting to get much colder now. We're in the early stages of winter, but it's getting towards the middle now. By the time you reach Monominoto on your current travels, you'll be in the dead center of winter as you make it to the mountain.
Yay.
Alright. You set up camp for the night, and is anyone going on watch?
Yes, but before that, can I do like a survival check or something to see how I go with finding foods for us to eat? Even if it's like
you have rations
berries
already.
or...
I
She wants to
I
see if
don't
she can
think-
find something local that might be not using up their rations, because getting up
I
further in the
don't
mountains...
think it's worth risking foraging. You're
Me a
spotted
survival.
by yourself. It's not really safe.
I get the feeling that Storm hasn't told us beforehand.
Give me a survival then.
You probably noticed her like poking around the camp and sort of like skirting slightly further and further away. I can't find the dice. That is... Wait, is that cocked? No, that's... Oh, it's an 11! It looks like a 9 on the dice cap, but it's actually an 11. Plus 4, so 15.
Alright. You have a bit of a look around, and there are some fungus growing around the edges of the river. It's not one that you're familiar with, but they smell okay and they look okay. They don't have brightly coloured spots or anything on them. They are kind of just earthy brown.
She'll gather a couple. Lick one.
I was waiting for it.
Lick
That needs to be
I
on
was about to start holding
a
up
bingo
fingers
board.
to count down.
a bingo board for Storm.
Wait for about 30 seconds. If there's no effect,
There's no effect.
she'll collect a bunch of them. You're not enough to like maybe ruin the ecosystem, but a few that they'd have enough to cook with, or
Just a few, yeah.
just a few.
Sure.
And she'll take it back to camp, and she'll use her, because she can use her element to, like her elemental abilities to create fire in her hands. I'm pretty sure. It's only a small fire, but she'll like gently cook some mushrooms for everyone to nom on, so we can save some of our rations.
Okay.
Is this fire making like visible plumes of smoke as we see her do this?
It would be.
No,
It's making like
not
steam
big
more than
enough.
smoke.
Yeah,
A little bit
it'd
of
probably be a small bit of smoke, but by the time it got up to any height that anyone could see, it would have dissipated too much.
Okay.
Because if it's magical, it's not actually burning any fuel. So
Good point.
But it would be causing steam to come off the
Yeah.
mushrooms themselves because they hold water.
yeah,
I've been trying to be good and hold it, but I have to go to the toilet.
That's fine.
fair, reasonable.
I'm
If we
sorry.
want to go for a quick break then.
That'd be a good idea.
All right,
It's
we will
about
go
that time.
for a quick 10-minute break, hopefully. And then we will make our way back onto the road.
Alright then.
All right. Beavers, we'll be back shortly.
We shall return very shortly. Yeah. Don't go anywhere because we will be back in like 10 minutes max. We just need to, be humans for a bit. We'll be back
Let's
soon.
powder our noses.
Yeah.
Powder.
And a few of us should hopefully stay and chat anyway, so we're happy to chat and whatnot. Catch you soon.
We'll be back.
Bye.
Hello, we are back.
Yes.
Hi.
Oh,
Sorry we took a tad
Stop.
longer. We had to make a little bit of food because Ash and I haven't had dinner yet, so we're just having a little nibble in the background. Ignore us.
Oh, don't ignore me. I like to not be ignored.
And someone redeemed another nomicide.
Of course, Fezzik did. Hi.
I have learned.
Fezzik.
God
So we've got a
damn
bit
it.
of a backlog.
There aren't enough gnomes in this world to die.
Yet.
All you need to do is retcon that all the slavers are gnomes, and we'll be fine.
Oh my god, no! That's awful!
No, because you're meant to be stopping the war, not starting it.
Yes,
well,
I
Ash,
know.
you've got 4 gnomes
Good.
to, well...
So what you're saying is we need to not get caught.
No, what you're saying is Ash is going to include in the narrative that 4 gnomes escaped captivity and are going to be killed on the roadside as we travel.
Actually, that's an
All of the
important.
above. Why not? Let's go. Let's do this.
That's an important philosophical discussion. With the nomicide, is it that a gnome has to be killed in play, or that the party have to kill a gnome?
A gnome
has to
dies
die.
on scream.
Okay. Yeah.
On screen.
Okay.
I mean, they'll probably scream.
We can do that.
One of them
So
definitely dies
we've
off.
set up camp.
You've set up camp. Are you posting a watch for the night?
Absolutely.
yeah.
No, you've had
Mark
some
will
lunch.
take first watch. So he kind of actually drags a log to the river and takes his, so it's just kind of partially into the river, takes his boots off, rolls his trousers up, and just has his feet sinking in the cold mountain river as he's sort of just sitting there playing some music while everyone's getting ready for bed.
All right.
I will give Wisteria standing orders that I'll probably use every night as we travel, which is basically sit on top of the cart, keep an eye out of our surroundings, and every half an hour take off, fly around, and survey. And essentially tell her to only hoot if she sees a potential threat approaching or someone approaching, and essentially to, if possible, land near the person on watch and hoot at them while looking in the direction of the threat. So to just be like somewhat of an early warning system for her.
Okay.
Are we
who's going on
being
second
told that
watch?
Wisteria is doing this?
Yes, I would explain that to everybody.
And I also assume that's probably any time we're not in a tavern or an inn. If we're camping out, that's probably standard procedure by now.
Hmm.
As usual, Storm will take last watch. She'll take the morning watch.
All right. And who's taking the middle?
Sam will take that one.
And I'll
Alright.
take the before storm one because we need 4 watches.
And I will gladly sleep because my last night was very
Vigorous.
vigorous. Yes.
Kovac went on a
Oh.
date.
I think the
Oh.
term physically and emotionally demanding would cover most bases.
Yep.
And all those bases were covered.
Yeah. The first watch goes off without a hitch. It's peaceful, almost tranquil. It's almost easy to forget where you are when sitting along the side of this river. The water is quite cold at this time. Not anywhere close to freezing, but definitely cold.
Yeah.
You can definitely feel the water coming down off the mountain, flowing into this river. But the area is quite peaceful and remote and set aside. You don't see anyone or hear anything apart from the occasional bird before they too also go to bed. And there's the occasional bit of insects. It isn't until Sam's watch that something happens. In the distance, even through the night sky, you can see patches coming back towards the south where you came up the road. You can see patches of smoke covering some of the stars, and at one point even covering over the moon. And after a few minutes of seeing that smoke, it seems to be moving parallel to you, as if along the road. You can just faintly feel the ground shaking slightly. And there is a strange metallic sound off in the distance. It's too soft for you to really hear and make out what it is, but is definitely there every now and then. And the smoke is just slowly making its way along the road in the distance.
That's weird. We've not heard of anything that would cause this, would we? Like mechanical items or
Not anything that you're
sort of
aware of,
things.
no.
Ash, could you put like a little cart icon or something on the map, just vaguely where we are?
I can certainly try. Give me a moment to grab one up, but continue on in the meantime.
So it's very much like overall there is just a sound. It's getting towards our general area.
It's not heading towards you, it is heading parallel to you. It's back on that road that you just came off, the main road that you just came off. It is heading eastbound, so it is coming from where you're heading to where you just came from. You imagine whatever
right.
that smoke was that Wisteria saw along the path.
Yeah, okay, that's a no.
You could send Mr. Nibbles to check it out.
I can't see through Mr. Nibbles. It's very different, not familiar. Yeah. I'm just going to have to keep that in mind. I could try and go off and have a look, but I'm feeling at the moment that's probably not a good idea. Yeah.
Nothing bad could ever possibly happen.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to go towards it. I'm just going to keep that in mind, that that's a thing that's happening.
Okay. Are you doing any investigation on it, or just staying back away from it?
Oh, screw it. No, I'm going to try and do a little bit of sleuthing. Try and see what on earth this could be. So I'll go as far as I can to try and see. It's going to be hard. So I'm going to have a produce flame in my hand that I can easily snuff out when I need to. A little glow. So I put it on, look around, put it out, move, sort of like in and out sort of situation. So it's not like a continuous thing moving. So if anyone was to watch me, they might not necessarily know exactly where I'm going. Serpentine!
Also, you mentioned that the smoke covered the moon. Is it a full moon, part of a moon? Is there much moonlight? Because that might affect things as well.
At the moment, you're in the middle of a half moon. Well, it's a bit more than a half moon. It's starting to fill out. Over the next few nights, it will fill out more.
Yeah, got it. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do. What do you want me to roll for that?
Yes, I'll get you to make me a perception check as you make your way down.
Okay, making my way. Oh, look at that. Natural 20. For a total of... So I was getting more of the habit of doing that. Perception, so 27. Was this at disadvantage or straight?
Straight.
Okay, cool. Yeah, natural 20, so 27.
Alright. You make your way out back into the fields, keeping low and definitely keeping out of sight from the house that you'd seen, and make your way closer towards the road. As you do, you can start to feel the ground shaking a bit more under feet, and hear this whirring and puffing kind of sound, and the sound of metal on metal. It's not particularly loud, as you're still quite a distance off, but you can see something on the road lit up, almost like small little fires dotted around it, pulling a rather large cart. It seems too big to fit down any small street road. It's twice as wide as a normal cart and 3 times as long and twice as high as well. It's quite a big thing moving down the road with several wheels on it. You can only see the silhouette of it from here, through the darkness. But instead of horses leading this, there's some kind of thing. It's on 2 legs, standing up, quite tall, almost triple your height, so a little bit taller than Thalai. Quite thick, and they seem to have this strange form to them in the darkness that is very hard-edged, but also quite robust, and each one of them has a few different glowing points on it, where you can see the flicker of fire coming from within, and they are producing a lot of the smoke that's going up into the sky.
So it's the creatures that are pulling it are the ones producing the smoke.
And it seems like a lot of the sound of the metallic whirring is coming from them as well.
Do they... I know it's like this moonlight and things, but do they look like they are living beings? Or is it
Can't
kind
tell
of...
from this distance.
Okay.
We got a buy drape, by the way. Thanks, Christian.
Oh no. Thanks, Christian.
I'm out of liquid, I'm sorry.
Don't have any water. I'll need to get some. There are 10 of whatever these things are leading this massive cart down the road.
Is it like 5 each side, or is it like
Yeah.
just a...
Yeah, 2 lines of 5.
I was gonna say, Santa Claus is up to his game.
I'm scared.
Yeah, I was wondering if there's a role I could do to try and discern what these creatures might be, but I think you say I'm quite far away still.
You are still quite
I
far
wouldn't-
away.
Do I risk getting closer? Do it for the vine. Yeah, I'll risk getting closer. I am small, and if need be, I can become rat.
Oh, I just love the irony of a druid saying, "Do it for the vine."
Ah, hey. If only I had that. If I had Thorn Whip, do it with the vine.
My
I hate
God.
it here. I'm gonna risk getting a bit closer.
Alright, so you're trying to be stealthy about it?
Yeah.
I'll get you to make a stealth check.
I mean, that's not a 20, but it's a number. So stealth. Oh, that's 19 altogether.
Oh, not bad. As you make your way closer, you start to see these things in a new light as you get close enough that the moonlight shining upon them illuminates their form a bit more. They seem to be made of a blackened iron. They seem entirely mechanical in form. You thought that they were all separate figures, but they seem to actually be attached rather than just simply girdled to the yoke that is pulling this cart. So they actually seem to be physically attached to the sides of it. And their legs are almost like horse legs, except they are only 2 legs for each one of these things. And quite thick iron legs that have massive clawed feet that just stamp into the ground and kind of lock into place before the next one comes up and
Pull
moves
it forward.
Yeah, and it is quite slow moving. It's not moving very quickly, but each one of these things is locking into place before the next leg lifts up and moves forward, and then locks into place, and then slowly makes its way forward. They have a spout on the back, like a chimney on the back, where the smoke is spewing out of them. And it seems that their entire center core seems to be a boiler of sorts that is burning away. Their form seems to have been designed in a way that makes them look menacing. The boiler face looks to open up as if like a mouth with jagged spikes along the front of it. and there is also 2 windows to make it look like eyes. Everything about it seems like it is designed to be intimidating and tell people, keep away from my things.
Yeah.
The cart
That's
itself is also, as I said, several sets of wheels along it, each one thicker than any wheel you've seen before, with reinforced iron barring along a lot of it. And the cart itself is also reinforced with a lot of iron along it. And it too has some chimneys along it that are spewing out some smoke. You can see the occasional lit window along it as well. But it seems to be quite reinforced and quite heavily defended. You cannot see any driver operating it from the outside. The entire thing seems to be enclosed.
And what it's pulling, basically the entire thing is designed to, like, I'm pulling something, but you can't see what it is I'm pulling. It's all within, is it? Or
it almost looks like the hull of a ship flipped upside down and made out of iron on top of this chain of wheels.
Wow.
That is oh, there was 2 bidrates. 2 more bidrates have come in. Or Fezzik also says hi.
Oh, he's gonna drown us. Whew.
You know what? That's the way to go. So I'm curious about something, and I might try and do something which might not be a good idea.
Sounds like the
That should be
story
the
of the
name
party.
of our team name is Not a Good Idea.
Also the name
I have
of our
honestly
band.
been wondering if, like, we do come up with our own unique little group name, or we're just part of the Xel'nari. So I'm reading the spell heat metal because I want to see how these things might respond. I don't want to try and do harm it, but I'm like, this is very heavily fortified. What's going on? And I'm I want to use heat metal. Okay. I'm trying to do this sneaky. I just want to see how they react. And try and use heat metal on the chimney part.
Of which, the creatures?
The creatures.
Or the cart?
The
Okay,
creatures
so one
in
of the
particular.
creatures.
Yeah. It's more, they look completely inorganic. And if no one's driving, it's like, if I do this in this area, are they going to stop? Are they going to keep going? Is someone going to come out? I just want to kind of see how it plays. If one of them individually, a head turns, if that makes sense. I noticed it's built to look menacing, but then it's still held, but they might still be able to move. I don't know.
Okay.
And they might have some functionality other than just form. Because it says I have to choose a manufactured metal object such as a metal weapon or a suit of heavy or medium metal armor that I can see. It doesn't really see the size, but I'm guessing I can't do the entire thing, so that's why I'm choosing the chimney.
Yep, no worries.
A section.
You see it starting to glow red hot. At first, nothing seems to happen. It doesn't seem to respond. And then it starts to go almost white in the heat as you maintain the spell on it. And before you hear the sound of something bursting off it. And immediately, the response is almost immediate. The entire thing just lurches to a stop, and you hear both feet just clamp into the ground. And from the back of the cart, you hear a lot of mechanical sounds of something shifting into places. And then at the front of the cart and at the back of the cart, some slots slide aside, and you can see sparking blue coming from within as 4 orbs that are containing what seems to be lightning within them slide up out of it, and an apparatus folds down from that slides out to look like a rail, and from that folds up several lenses, and these devices just start scanning the area.
I'm leaving. I'm no. I'm booking it. As soon as I was like, oh, they're scanning for me. Okay, this is high shit. Nah, I'm out. I'm leaving as quickly and stealthily and quickly as I can. Oh, that makes sense.
I'll go off your previous stealth.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind re-rolling if need be.
Alright.
But
You start making your way back down through the crops, keeping low and keeping down, and you can just hear these things scanning across the fields, looking for whatever has attacked it, as it seems to have thought. But it doesn't do anything other than simply shift back and forth, looking for something.
that. Did I keep that spell? Did I keep that frickin' spell? Oh, I didn't. Dang it. The one that lets me see from an eagle's point of view. That would have been great right now. I don't have it prepared,
Do you
unfortunately.
have Pass Without Trace prepared?
I don't know if I can cast that spell yet. I do have Pass Without Trace. That's such a good
It's a
point!
good-
I can't be
it's a
trapped
good
by
one.
magical means! Fuck.
It's like
Forgot
the
about
Druid
that.
and Ranger spell.
Mm-hmm.
You know what, I completely forgot to do that.
Damn good spell.
I'm trying to work out if I would even think to do that now. Because I don't know. Well, I've done what I've done.
Alright, so you start making your way back out.
If it does look like one of those things is coming near, I will pop up past that trace.
The machines at the front simply stopped and just locked into place.
Yes.
They didn't turn or shift. In fact, looking at them, you don't actually think that they would actually be able to physically turn the upper part of their body. Just their lower torso can move to change the direction of where they are walking.
Yeah, it's just, this is something, like, with me, the player, going, this is a mechanical construct, nothing built to be living. It's built to have a look and a function, but not its own independence.
And as you
so
look
to
back
speak.
over it, you
along.
notice one of the devices pointing towards you. And you can hear a crackling as the lenses start to glow. And suddenly a bolt of lightning shoots out from the orb down each of the lenses that seems to focus it and direct it. And it hits the ground in front of you and starts burning up through the ground, instantly igniting the crops in front of you. Can you make me a dexterity saving throw, please?
Oh, fuck, they
God
found me.
damn it.
Oh no. That's one number above what I can reroll.
Reroll.
Oh my god.
So that's a 5.
And this is where I scare my players by saying I need more dice.
Is it 8d6 for a lightning bolt?
Well, it depends if this is lightning bolt. It could be something else. We don't know yet.
It is indeed 8d6 for a lightning bolt. Completely unrelated.
What have you
Can-
done,
What do
Sam?
you do?
You'll never find my body.
I'm
There's
a very
dead
good
mouse.
detective.
Depends if this disintegrates me or not. You don't know.
Far out. Yeah. Chat
Oh,
called it.
that is-
Chat called it lasers.
Lasers.
I mean, at some point, we will wake up as we hear the sound of an entire field of crops burning next to us.
Well, also, does the lightning bolt have corresponding thunder?
So it's like a kind of sound as it just cracks through the ground. You would possibly hear from the distance, if anyone else was awake, more the sound of the fire suddenly igniting on the field. You take 27 points of lightning damage.
Cool. That's fine. I can deal with that. No, not 270. That's different. I have HP still. I'm still going. So, okay. Bad. Cool. Do I pass out a trace here and just book it? Yeah, pretty much. I need to ping off that I've done that. Yeah, and then I'm obviously heat metal's stopped. I'm not rolling concentration for that. Fuck that. And then I will pop off my pass without a trace and just like, okay, no, bye.
Alright, so add in an
Because
extra
hopefully
10
they
to
won't be able
stealth.
to magically find me and I get a +10 to my stealth rolls.
No worries. With that, seem to lose track of where you are. You can see them scanning the area again, but another one hasn't fired off a shot. The other thing you notice as well is that as you quickly beat haste back into the bushes, the lightning that was in the orb seems to have dissipated and is slowly building up its charge again.
Yeah.
It seems like that one would take time before it could fire again.
If you want to know what I rolled for my new stealth with Parcel Out Trace, I got 39.
Nice.
Because I rolled a natural 20.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
Well, I can safely say their success is not possible then.
The worst part of that is your perception is too low to notice where you are. So you're completely lost.
Yeah, I'm valid. I don't care.
You lost yourself.
No.
You lost yourself
Fine.
to the roll.
I'm okay with this. Everything is bad. But yeah, that's very interesting. I've now got to hide for a little bit, maybe. I don't know.
Is it fair to say that after that, Wisteria is actively looking for Sam? Because I told her to keep an eye out for danger and find the person on watch and notify
She would
them.
see that fire immediately and would be flying towards it.
Except she has no way to find... he's too stealthy.
She's trying to find Sam, but to warn them, but physically can't.
Hold on.
Yep.
There we go. There is no Sam, only the void.
There is no Sam, only Ghoul.
Only Ghoul.
No, Zool. Sorry, Zool.
Yes.
Zool, yeah, I know what you meant.
Yeah.
But yeah, as I say, well, you have cooked me.
You beat haste.
No one's eating me, Panda.
Now, you can't see through Wisteria while you're asleep, but Wisteria gets a good view of the creature, at least. Of the thing.
Mm-hmm. I'm scared.
And Sam, you beat haste back to the camp. You believe you are not followed. You didn't see anything coming off it to follow you, so you believe you are safe.
Yeah, the other interesting point is that at no point were there people.
No. You
Not
never
that you saw.
anyone. Yeah.
Dotak?
That's very
Rude. Don't you bring that
Other
in.
one, buddy. Other one. If anything, this would be. I was gonna say, if anything, this would be Blacklands.
Yeah.
It's true. For those who
Medieval
don't know in
Blacklands.
chat, that's our other RPG we play on a Tuesday night.
Cool.
You only have to watch the first few episodes to know what we're talking about, too.
Mm.
So yes, you beat haste back to camp. I assume you would drop your pass without a trace once arriving back at camp.
Let me roll to see how intelligent Sam is or spooked.
I
love
Christian's reaction.
I can roll an advantage against being frightened, so you know what? Yeah, they're bad. No, I'm going to keep it up for a bit longer. I'm just slightly paranoid, not knowing the capabilities of what that thing can do, and the best thing I can do is keep it up at least for the next hour, which I think is how long it lasts. Just to make sure that it's not like I'm here, I've dropped it, and they've still got something going on, so I don't want to bring it to the party.
After about 5 minutes of you being back at camp, you would see Wisteria come hurtling into camp, Wisteria's been trying to find you. The only next best thing she can do is alert Kovac, so she just dives onto Kovac and just starts pecking at her. To wake her up.
From the silent place I've got, I'm just like, what the? I haven't seen Wisteria do this before.
I just sit bolt upright. I'm like this close to dismissing Wisteria, but I go, no. I told her to do this, and I just have her land on my arm and say, "What did you see?"
She just raises her wings up and kind of flaps a bit and looks around the camp.
I saw nothing. I know nothing.
Okay. I'm going to tell her to fly back up into the air, and I will look through her eyes and see what she can see in the immediate vicinity.
Okay, so what she sees in the vicinity, I'll get you to make me a perception check as well.
Of course.
But
Using
immediately,
her perception?
yes, using her perception.
Okay, it's +3 for me. 17.
All right. You immediately see the fire crackling in the field. It seems to be burning down at the moment. Thankfully, it's not spreading. Before you then see the large mechanical array below that seems to be packing itself back in. And you can... Wisteria's got a decent hearing as well. You can hear the sound of the mechanical legs starting to slowly start to churn back up again as they start to move again.
Is the fire spreading, you said, or is it kind
No,
of...
it's not spreading. It's dying off.
Good. I'm very concerned, but I'm so curious.
Yeah.
Is where we are camped within 100 feet of the road?
No, you'd be about 150, possibly more.
Okay, not seeing Sam and wanting information, I'm going to get up. I'm going to get roughly 100 feet between me and the machine, while trying to be as subtle as I can. And my intent is to have Wisteria drop into the dirt next to the road, quickly jump up on top of the machine, and then I'm going to speedy ritual cast Identify through Wisteria on the mechanical 10-legged beastie, and then have a hastily retreat. Because
You might not need to have a hasty retreat. She might get a hasty.
But she can cast touch spells.
Yes.
Yeah, amazing.
What is the casting time of Identify?
Oh, God,
Literally 10 minutes.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
never
It's a
mind.
minute.
It's a minute to speedy cast it, so
Yeah.
I can't do it super fast.
You can try.
You
You
can
know what?
certainly try.
I've got spare incense. I'm game to give it a shot. I will have her
Wow.
land somewhere innocuous, not overly hot on this machine, and then I'm going to take a minute to cast Identify through her.
Alright. Roll me a stealth check, please.
Stealth check for Wisteria. She has a +3 on her stealth.
And introducing Wisteria number 27.
Has a 22 on stealth.
Not bad.
I'm rolling quite well for her.
Alright. She flies her way down onto the back of the apparatus, tucking herself just in front of one of the vents. So that smoke is blowing away from her, but she should be fairly covered in that area. Alright.
Magic. A minute passes.
I will see about that.
Azarath Metrion Zinthos.
Anal Nathrak Uspath Bethud Dokiel Dienve.
Umogwegwe Fai
After
Sao.
about
Mm.
6 minutes.
Minute?
6 seconds, I should say.
Okay.
There we go.
Sorry. She hears a clang next to her, and a hatch opens up on top of the thing. A black helmeted thing emerges from the top, and there is just 2 thick, very, very thick goggles just looking around, and then just lock eyes with her and just stare at her for a moment. And then you see them, a claw-like thing coming up as it lifts up with something with a big...
Fail!
With a big what? Sorry, Ash. Just 'cause-
It's like a big hook at the front. It seems to be on a rod of some description. So she's bailing?
Yep.
Alright, can I get you to make a dexterity saving throw for her as the claw thing is fired at her?
I value my brother's life. 11.
Yep, she actually manages to avoid it.
Yes.
As the device just gets fired out, and you hear the and the chain kind of following along behind it, just harmlessly soars over into the air and then drops down into the ground. And a very pudgy-looking creature that's dressed in very thick black leathers just jumps up. It's wearing like thick welder's gloves and a black apron around it, as well as several belts. It's quite short and pudgy, but quite large as well. You're not sure what it is.
No.
It jumps up onto the thing and just starts like quickly like reeling back in the chain as if it's going to get ready to fire again.
When you say short, is it size medium or size small?
It is size medium.
Yeah.
I'm familiar.
It could have similar dimensions to a dwarf, but it's really hard to tell its proper form under all of the equipment it has on.
Yeah, bad. I'm not even there. I'm just currently sat behind a tree or something.
I'm trying to. There's so much text attached to find familiar. I'm trying to find the relevant part. Okay. I'm going to have Wisteria fly her speed 60 feet away into the nearby farmland, and then I'm going to dismiss her.
Right. She flies more than fast enough to outpace this thing. By the time it's managed to wheel in its hook again, she's well and truly out of its range.
Okay.
And you're not sure what happens to it after that, as you've flown her away and dismissed her.
Okay. I'm going to like slide my back down the like stone wall of the farmland and just start to like catch my breath, going, "What's that?"
In your head, you'll just hear, "Oh, you saw it too, then."
That would be terrifying.
Sam, where are you?
In your head, you hear, I'm hiding, so they can't scan for me. Go back to sleep. It's safer."
Did it fire on you? Is that what the fire in the field is?
Fun, for Sam, this is the weird kind of like, weird fun fad. You have to speak out loud for me to hear you. Yeah, it's just go back to in your head. Please go back to sleep. We'll talk about this in the morning. I don't want it to find us.
I will go back to sleep once it's gone.
In your head, we may have a problem with that.
Why?
No reason.
I'm going back to camp. I will wait for you by the cart. Please be there when I get back.
Oh, I thought we were at the camp. That's where that's where I am.
Kovac went a little bit forward
Yes.
to be able to get in range.
Oh, as long as I can still see them and within 30 range of me, then yeah, okay, valid. Yeah, that's fine.
So I like awkward skulk walk just below the stone walls back to the camp and just like sit down next to the cart, and I'm like,
In your head, I've been here the entire time. I'm hiding for good reasons.
You're very, very good at hiding.
Yeah, kind of the point.
Care to explain what the hell that was and why it fired at you?
No, because I can't, and then no, because I kind of broke it.
Why?
Funny. No, that's no. The experimentation.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll talk about this in the morning, please.
Before we go to bed, what do we learn?
Nothing.
Excellent. Please brief whoever is relieving you on what happened before you go to bed.
Yeah, I got you, don't worry.
Okay. Good night. I conjure Wisteria again and give her the same instructions, and I go back to bed.
Inwardly, Sam's being like, "Ooh, she mad."
All right, you head back to bed.
Mm-hmm.
Sam, do you continue your watch, or do you
I
give
will
up
do
your
my
watch, or-
duty of continuing my watch while I'm hidden, because I've got an hour of this shit.
Okay.
And by that point, hopefully, Sam will think, if I'm not seeing any more of those orbs being scanned around, will think, okay, it's fine to continue the watch, and then alert. Otherwise, it's going to be when we need to move situation. But I don't think I've seen any come further out, have I?
No.
Then yeah, we'll stay in the hidden spot. As long as Parcel Out of Trace will last, which is an hour. I cannot cast it again, so I've got to sleep. Yeah, so yeah, I'll continue my watch.
All right. And
Keep
then
my
after your
duty.
watch is done, who you handing over to? I believe it's Thalai.
Yep.
It's gonna be there. You'll be Thalai. Just Thalai wakes up, say, "Cool, your turn. Night."
That's it.
You catch. As you're passing by Thalai, you catch a glimpse of Wisteria's furrowed brow just staring down at you from the top of the car.
If you see smoke in the distance, don't go towards it, please.
Who
Why
are you
would-
saying that to?
To me.
I send it to Thalai.
Okay.
Why would they do that? That'd be a stupid thing to do.
Yeah, completely. Just saying. Night. Then Sam will go to bed.
All right. Thalai, I need a perception check from you.
Well, that's a nice one. That is at 23.
Oh.
The rest of your night is undisturbed. The only thing that's slightly strange is you do see these plumes of smoke moving off to the east, heading eastward. They seem to be moving off into the distance. They do match what was described from Kovac when Mysterio was scouting earlier today, seeing it off in the west. Whatever it is that has moved on. But the rest of your watch is peaceful and uneventful.
Okay.
I'm not really scared that that's some kind of war machine about to attack Antioch.
Probably.
I don't think it's a war machine exactly.
It looks like a war machine.
This looks like a lot of it looks like it's supposed to look like a war machine.
Oh my god!
Thank you, Ignatius.
Oh, god damn it.
No.
What should do?
Oh, nothing. Just to...
Gave him a reroll.
Yeah.
Rory, you can't be mad. I gifted you rerolls.
So I've got nearly 10,000.
Oh my god, Ignatius, what the fuck?
Ignatius! You piece of
that's-
absolute.
Christian, for those who don't know.
He said he was gonna do it, so I really can't be mad at him following through.
And Panda just like double down on the pain.
no, triple down.
A third one! A third DM reroll!
Gosh!
Can you not give the players a reroll? Like for every 5 rerolls you give the DM, you have to give one to the player.
So-
Oh my god, there's a 4th!
No, he's punishing me.
But
My
he doesn't have
apologies,
to
everybody.
punish me!
My apologies, everybody. I feel somewhat responsible for this.
What'd you do?
I traumatized the entire party multiple times.
I blame Sam. How dare you blame my character?
Look, to be fair,
Yeah.
this is first time Panda's been here, and you have been the most trouble.
So
I did
far.
warn I'm a chaotic little gremlin.
Whereas
Also, it's
normally-
easier to explain. It's easier. It also is easier for Sam to explain everything in the morning, other than them trying to work out what to do now and waste time and just like just deal with it in the morning. Let's just
Alright.
deal with it in the
Well,
morning.
from what I understand, Charles, you brought yourself to be in that coma. But anyway, moving on.
Dr. Coma!
The lie. You get to the end of your shift, and it's time to wake up Storm.
Right. Yep. When I do wake up Storm when she's awake, I'll just say to her, don't go foraging. We're in demo. Risk. We have more than enough rations.
Eh?
Before you were foraging for food, don't.
Why would I leave
No.
the camp? It's I watch.
No, I mean,
Like everyone's been like, why would you leave camp? It sounds like da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
I'm not talking about on your watch. I'm talking next time we stop them on fire. Don't go foraging for food. We don't need it.
Okay. You can clearly tell that that's in one ear and out the other. She's not going to remember by the time they camp the next day. You get this sense
Yeah.
you're going to have to remind her again.
Yep, Philai does understand, but like he's also just intently staring at her, trying to push in a point, but realizing he's not getting it.
Yeah, she's doing like the full like cat stretches.
Just walks off and goes to sleep. But before he does go to sleep, he is going to drink. Where is it? He's gonna have a sip from bottle of Eagle's special brews.
Oh, okay.
That's the good stuff.
It
That's
is good
that's
stuff.
the really strong stuff.
Ignatius, they don't need that. They don't need
Thank
that.
you.
Stop.
Thank you.
Yeah, they need that.
Thank you. And then there's the, that's because he did 5
No,
drama
no.
llama rerolls. So every 5
That's-
gives
no,
us
no, no.
one.
He did one and then another one for the.
Well, yeah, but because he was going to
Yeah.
do 5, he gave us 1. That was the deal. That's the deal.
I see.
See,
The 5 to 1.
lasers are only bad if we don't control them.
It's a classic thing. GM introduces cool stuff, players want to steal it.
I want to poke it. Ignatius, I still have 40k left. What even?
Oh,
Make some
dude,
custom
hang
game
on.
items then.
You don't understand. I have 160k.
Oh my goodness.
More than 160.
That's because you're in both of the games. You can't really
Yep.
do anything.
In both the games, I just never have Twitch open because I'm either running the games or paying attention.
Alright, so. Storm, you're on watch. Perception check, please.
When I'm done updating the commands, just let me make sure.
Are
that that's
you
working.
adhering to Thalai's advice and staying at the camp?
I mean, she didn't really understand what it was all about, but yes, she's gonna stay at the camp, unless there is a reason to not. That's 20.
Okay. By the way, I don't think you got that correct because those 2 at the end there, one of those was a Dharma Lama and the other one was a second chance.
Yep. Oh, I did. I already added them. You're welcome. This is what you've done.
Alright. You spend your watch peacefully relaxing. It is getting quite cold, but it does start to warm up a little bit as the sun starts to rise and slowly start to warm up the ground a bit. It'll still be a few hours before it gets to a nicer, warmer temperature, but that is winter. Before long, it's time to rouse the others and have a good breakfast and be on your way.
Oh, I would have had to sleep longer, wouldn't I? Because I was active during my watch.
You're only active for maybe 4 to 5 minutes, so
You've
Okay.
got 10 minutes of leeway. I think it is.
I was just gonna use spells, but okay, in that case, that's fine. I'll do a full. Oh yeah, obviously, if Kovac saw, oh yeah, I would look crispy to you, Thalai, very crispy.
Do I get
forgot.
my
Has a
long-
few
long rest?
scorch marks. Yes, long rest. Yes.
Long rest.
Uh,
da, da, da.
Are we picking up in the morning when everyone's awake?
Yes.
Time to pass
Sam,
the long rest.
Now, Sam,
Are you okay?
will not. I'll just say, Sam, you'll not fully recover all your hit points from that damage.
Okay, how many will I recover up to? I had 13.
We'll say half the amount that you took.
So
Oh, don't reverse math me like that. I need a straight number.
16.
So I recover 16, so that puts me up to 29. Cool.
So, whatever configuration we're sleeping, Kovac sits upright and remains sitting upright in her bed and stares at Sam until they wake up and sees that they're being stared at by Kovac.
It's things that Sam's eyes are probably closed, and it's just like, I can feel you staring.
Good.
They probably don't. Oh, I didn't like that.
Storm's probably on the ground on her tummy drawing pictures in the dirt. With her ears twitching in every direction.
Ah.
Good morning!
Mhm.
Morning.
Did you all sleep well? There was no trouble.
Yes, of course there was no trouble. Why would there be trouble?
Kovac, you're not very convincing. You know this? You're a bad liar.
Yes. I'd ever claim to be a good liar.
Okay, well, you're really good at lying on paper, but not from mouth. Have you noticed this?
Yes, I much prefer this.
Sometimes I
No.
question your sense of moral, but I trust you. You know what you're doing, right? Follow
Yes.
Xel'nari code? Yeah?
To the letter.
Okay.
So
Internally,
what happened?
Sam's just like, I've got some explaining to do.
I pull out a Xel'nari mission report and add an item like day 17, day 17 night, and just like lean into Sam and say, go on.
Okay, fine. Sam's still like laying down, eyes closed. They're just talking. It's just like, no, I'm dealing with this. Like I just feel the pressure of Kovac's face being like so far away. I encountered a machine last night, I believe, and I decided to do a little bit of an experiment. Considering it is nothing we had seen before and it looked menacing and potentially could be to do with destruction, especially considering the country we are in. So I decided to use a little bit of magic on one of the chimneys that were opposed to the creatures to see how it would react, respond, if there were creatures that would move on their own, considering there were no drivers or anyone else that we could see in the meantime. Therefore, my deduction was if I used a little bit of a spell on a small section of minimal damage, then I could gauge to see if there were people within and how it would respond. It responded by firing lasers.
Do you even know what a laser is?
I don't know, would I actually?
Bolts of lightning.
Bolts of lightning, also scanning to see what's going on. It was highly suspicious and definitely was designed with the purpose in mind of being terrifying. Therefore, I did investigation as a Xel'nari. Opens eyes to Kovac. Are you happy now?
I feel like this is
Yes.
the most diplomatic answer that Sam could come up with.
And to
These are all the legitimate reasons why.
and to answer your query, I cast a minor illusion of the like heavy-set armored guy that Wisteria saw last night and went, "This is who I saw."
I did not see that.
I had Wisteria take a peek after she abruptly woke me.
Mm.
So everybody, keep your eyes open for individuals looking like this. They may be dangerous or mean us harm.
Or something. There was definitely something very suspicious, especially considering the time of night that it was moving.
Do you think the helmet, the helmet is like shape of their head or bigger? Because it looks kind of too big for their. But is it? It's the proportion. Something's not right.
I don't know.
It looks like a Heimerdinger.
Maybe your illusion is off.
I guarantee you it's not.
The way it
Helmets
looks
need
is
to be bigger than head. If smaller than head get crushed.
the way it looks is there is a mask over the face covering that, the giant goggles, and then kind of like a miner's helmet, quite low metal, and then broad brimmed over the top. And that is all black. Everything they were wearing was all black. They had leather clothing that had several large, thick belts around it as well.
Right. Well, either way, Storm's opinion doesn't change. She still thinks they look funny.
No, no one said they don't.
From knowing a bit about history, have this type of machine been used in any notable events, wars, or...
Glad you know that. Not wars or anything. You have, however, on your trips and journeys, heard mention of something like this along the time. It seems to never stay in an area for long periods of time. It seems to travel mostly at night. And it fiercely defends itself if anyone approaches it in any kind of menacing manner.
So it's more of a... The stories would make it more akin to a mythological creature rather than
Yes.
part of a nation.
Yes.
Okay.
Most of the stories make a whole lot of assumptions that it could be a black dragon or some other thing like a giant worm that breathes fire or something like that. There's no real accreditation to what it actually is.
So it's kind of like the Black Pearl.
Mm.
That, yeah, okay.
No one
Yeah,
actually knows what it is. but there's
if you
plenty of
see it,
story
you'll
and
all
speculation.
die, and then the question of, well, if everyone dies, how do people know about it?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I got a good description of it. I will have changed up my spells a little bit.
Yeah,
I might
I'm doing the same.
I'm tempted to remove heat metal now.
I'm tempted to prepare absorb elements in anticipation of being shot by a lightning bolt.
The weird thing is that's really an occupational hazard. Like at any point in time, you could be attacked by a lightning bolt.
Yeah,
It's
I know,
not.
but
It's not actually specific to this area.
it's hard to manage spells.
The stories you've heard about it is that it belches fire and lightning. So yes, that is definitely matching up to the stories you've heard of this thing.
Is there a name associated with it?
I was literally about
Okay.
to get to that. The only name that you have ever heard associated to it is the Black Death. That is just what everyone has always called it whenever speaking about it. Yeah, they've always just described it as this hulking demonic form that's just black as the night, belches fire and lightning, and kills everything in its path. But it stays to the night.
Yes.
Amazing.
So I'll retell one of the stories with all the extra elaborations and flourishes that the original had, and go, but maybe that's not it. Maybe only machine, not demon. Who knows?
It
With
seems to
my
be extremely machine.
with
Maybe.
my
Go.
academic grounds in history, would I be able to see if I have an awareness of this as well, just to be able to confirm or deny anything?
There's nothing that you would have heard of from your hometown.
That's fair.
And Mug would also know that the stories are not exactly like ancient tales. They are fairly recent tales.
Okay.
Probably only for the last year or two.
Very
I'd also-
infamous.
Yeah, I'd also assume that, like most sort of urban myths, urban tales, there's variations upon a theme.
Yeah.
So there's certain core elements that are common, whereas other things just sort of,
Yeah.
Terrifying.
Whatever they happen to have noticed from it at the time.
But Sam, are you okay?
Just a little pride.
Did you get burnt?
Kind of looks at the clothes as like, well, I did say there was lightning.
You need healing, or you okay?
I think I should be fine. Little cloud of like black smoke kind of comes out of the lungs a little bit, like just a little crispy. I think. You know what? This is probably. I had the exact intent of investigation from a Xel'nari. I want to say. I keep wanting to say diplomat. That's not the right word. Fuck, what am I looking for?
Investigator.
Investigate. Fucking hell! Of course it would. This is the price that we have to pay sometimes. I just thought this kind of conversation was going to be a lot easier to have in the morning, Kovac.
I agree. Mug and Storm, can I make a request of each of you?
Brow?
Mug, did you meet the guard captain of Antioch recently?
Yes, he good person.
Would you be willing to send him a message warning him of the proximity of this machine to Antioch, just in case?
You want me to send message of fairy tale to serious person, Captain Guard?
It may appear to be fairy tale, but we have a good first-hand observation of the real threat it can pose. So try and phrase it less fairy tale, more genuine menace, if possible.
Okay.
Like,
Storm,
we have reason to believe, due to first-hand encounter, that this creature/creation fitting this description has been sighted.
Storm, can
Does
you
anyone want to count out the words?
Yes.
Not me, I'm bad at that.
So, I'll send a sending to the captain of the guard.
Yep. Captain Reese.
Going. Me is Mug. We help stop slavers. We see Black Death in Demu Empire. Maybe go to Antioch. It real, not story. Take care. Is this when I just forgot to realize it's probably like sunrise? And if he's the night shift guard captain, he's really gonna love us.
Yeah.
He's just the only guard captain.
Yeah.
If he's asleep, then this will just meld with his dream. Some weird interpretive, like.
You get a response.
Mm-hmm.
Which is... How would he word this?
Better
Fuck
than
off.
me.
Sure.
The person you were trying to reach is no longer on this network.
Warnings of fairy tales. Suppose I should put some thought towards it. We'll prepare just in case. stay safe out there.
He's warming up to us.
You're not
He's our
sure
Essex.
how much merit he is giving to it, but he is at least respecting the fact that because it's coming from the Xel'nari, it's probably still worth at least preparing just in case.
If I had more than 2 3rd-level slots, I'd reply and just go, "Thank you."
So, was that well received?
He said he would check, see if danger.
Excellent. Just in case, Storm, can you have the sending stone connected to Bada, yes? Could you inform her of this as well, just in case?
Okay. She like ruffles through her bag, reaches all the way down the bottom. No, this is not it. Is this the one?
No.
Shakes the rock
No.
that she's got in her bag. Goes, no, I think this is just normal rock. Hang on.
And then Storm starts talking into some fireworks.
No, that's a different bag.
Oh.
I find it. What do I have to do again?
I'll write it. I'll write a 25-word script for her. Just show it to you.
You can message that to me, and I will read it as is.
Okay. I should probably put some thought into this.
Yeah.
Also, Sam, have a cure wounds for 6 points.
No, that'd be lovely. I'm only 5 points away from full health, baby. But you know what? This is fine. This is a price you pay for things that you do.
Curiosity didn't kill the cat, it killed the halfling, nearly.
It hurt the halfling. Pained the
You know what?
halfling?
I think it's worth it. We learned more about this thing,
Yep.
so
It's true.
And honestly, if we all had been awake, we probably would have fought the thing.
We would have tried. We
Yeah.
probably would have failed.
Had plans in case you did.
Not even surprised.
Yes! Done. Exactly
Alright.
25 words.
That's where Storm loses concentration halfway through and improvs.
She reads over it. She goes, okay. You wrote it in common, correct?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Have you marked off half a sheet of paper?
So someone count. Someone count. Okay. How do I do this? Oh no, wait, that is what I say.
You're already halfway through the words.
Is it a word?
Barter instructed you on how to activate and use the stone.
I am trying to remember how it works.
I don't think we were actually told what the word
Yeah,
was
there's
in
never-
character.
There's never
Okay.
actually a specific...
It's a bit of hand waving.
Goes,
Yeah, it's just like you activate it.
Hi, Barda! War machine call Black Death. We see southwest of Antioch. I don't know how many what that is. Local guards tell? No. Alerted. Be advised of danger. Yeah. Okay. Is that it? She tried
Sending
really
is a
hard.
very fun spell.
Yes, it is.
It is.
She tried very hard. Be proud of Storm. She stayed on track.
yeah,
We got
valid.
most of the information through.
Yeah.
You get an almost immediate response
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
What? Stay clear, all costs. Do not approach. Do not chase.
Oh, Barda says don't check, don't
Shut up.
chase, stay away.
Did she have more to say?
Yes.
Oh wait. Sorry.
Um,
Go.
good news. Might be onto your lands.
She doesn't inform you of that information. And then you just hear from Storm, oh, that's good.
What
Okay,
did she
she
say?
says stay away. It's bad. Don't go. Don't chase. She specifically said don't chase. Stay away. Don't chase. It's dangerous. I feel like I'm missing something.
But that only instruction to Xel'nari. Mug not work for Xel'nari. Mug work for Kovac.
Mug, I beg of you, please don't.
But if you want Mug follow, then you have to save Mug and you get to disobey order without consequence.
I've really grown to accept your presence as beneficial. Please don't.
Mm, you know, Mug.
That sounds like a compliment.
That probably is.
You know, Mug, I have learned a lot from Bada in the time that I have been with her. The tone she uses of voice is, don't you dare not listen to me, Storm. I went against it a few times and I got in big trouble. Not from her, but me trouble. No. Well, there was the time I broke my foot. Not foot. What is upper foot? Leg. There was the time where I had concussion because I fall and I hit my head. Look, I have learned that you don't say, wait, no, you do what she says when she says in this voice. Nah. Don't question this one. Or maybe question, but don't act against.
But if you always do the smart thing, we're fun.
Oh.
Fun comes from very small gap between should and should not. In gap is excitement.
Well, that's what gets me in trouble. And
That's
she
because you
stomps
go
her
over
feet
gap.
a little bit.
You need to find the zone where not bad enough that can't talk way out.
She just
So
puts
I
the
please
rock in
help.
her boobs.
No, what?
What?
At this point, Thalia's just been packing the cart,
Hmm.
getting ready to travel. Want me to do what?
Mug seems to be trying to encourage us to do something we really ought not do.
No?
Let's get moving. We're burning it. And I want to get out of this godforsaken place as quickly as possible.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to go and look for more mushrooms. Can I do that now?
No,
No.
and no foraging tonight either,
But how come?
because it's not safe.
But we need food.
We have rations.
But,
We have so much rations.
but what if we
It's
need...
not worth the risk.
Storm,
I can buy more food. I cannot buy you.
if you get sick, we all have to do more.
Oh,
If
I'm
you
talking...
get sick, we all pay price.
Oh no, I'm talking about her getting captured by slavers.
And yes, indeed. And I think this might be a joke. If you stray too far, we might have to buy you.
How much would you
They
pay
probably
for
would
me?
not sell to us.
I dread to think I am poor.
Oh, you're poor one.
Regardless, moot point. You're not foraging. We don't need it.
It's fine. If any slaver was to capture you, we get Kovac to make up letters of ownership and say that they can't because you're already owned.
It's okay. I will just poop on them and they will not want me anymore.
Oh no,
That is
they'll,
a
no,
really good idea.
no, they'll just kill you.
No, it's bad idea. It's not good idea.
I don't think Kovek was referring to.
Not the poop, the false
No, yeah.
ownership letters. I will. Mug, give me an alias you can adopt, and I will prepare some
Do not.
documents.
You will not write one for me.
I will prepare several blank documents that can be filled in if and when we need them.
Mug not want this plan.
No, it seems quite prudent.
You want admit you slaver? You want to say people, me, Kovek, I own slave.
I was trying to give us a contingency plan to circumvent the laws of this kingdom while we are in the kingdom, just in case something bad happens. But that does have some unfortunate moral implications.
On top of that, they probably have something. You lose your slave. Else picks it up, then too bad for you. Keep better hand on property. Let's be honest.
Good
If
point.
anyone get captured as slave, we go in, rescue, kill slaver, blame someone else.
Yes. All right. I will hold off on the forgery plan for now.
I can always make another distraction.
What distraction did you use last time?
I blew up a lavatory. Oh, I wasn't supposed to tell Kovek that. Oh, no.
I'm sorry?
Mow!
It's fine.
Mow!
We get slaver to pay damages, all okay.
Okay. That's fine. Let's go.
I love that you didn't even ask how.
Well, you can imagine, like, there's only a couple of ways that you'd be able to do that.
Mhm.
I feel like Kovek's suddenly thinking, there's fireworks? No, surely not.
Right when Tyr and I were... Oh. Oh my.
Couldn't possibly, no.
I thought it was just
Surely not.
good ambiance.
Did the earth shake for you, baby?
I want to take a break.
Sure. I could drive if you like.
Thank you.
Alright. You start heading out on the road again. You head back south to
On the
main
road again.
and as you're moving through the fields, you see the gouged scorch mark in the ground where it has managed to actually dig into the dirt as it's the beam of energy has just smashed into the ground and burnt it up. You can see even the dirt has burnt itself. And there is ash all around where the plants have almost instantly vaporized. And then the large patch of burnt field as well. When you get to the road, however, you expect to see large marks in the ground where these things were clanking in and the large wheel tracks. But the entire path seems completely devoid of any form of markings, including your own tracks from the night before when you came up the road. It is almost as if it has been just recently laid out, perfectly smooth.
Ah, it covers its own tracks.
Ooh, that's very clever.
Otherwise, it would have been found many months ago.
It uses its own version of the passed out trace or something. No, no, out of character speculations.
Ash.
Mhm.
Today I would like to spend the day reading that strategy book I
Okay,
picked up
not a
a couple
problem.
sessions ago.
Spending some more time on it.
Could I have spent yesterday on the weird puzzle cylinder?
I will happily assist Kovac with that. They've also got that paperwork that I couldn't really make heads or tails. It wasn't the contracts from the slaver, it was his like logbook or something.
Like correspondence and stuff, wasn't it?
It was mostly scriptures for slave trade and ownership.
Yeah, I probably now knowing that should have given that over to Mr. Dragon Man, but oops. Can we retcon and say I did that? That thinking about it properly.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll happily help Kovac with the
Alright.
cylinder. More like, you know, you moved it there last time, so why not try moving it there this time, or like, you know, that kind of thing.
Roll me another investigation with advantage.
Advantage. Excellent. Okay.
Do you let Mug know that you're going to be working on the cylinder?
That will have been yesterday, so probably yes. Ooh, hello, sweetie.
Because I'm going to say is I can give Bardic Inspiration.
I'd say if you're going to give it now before the result is revealed.
Yeah.
Well, you can choose whether or not to use it, so yeah.
Exactly.
33. Wait,
Yep, not enough. Sorry.
wait, 34.
34.
Was that extra 1 from Inspiration?
No, I just keep forgetting that my proficiency bonus has gone up.
Yeah.
As you're fiddling around with it, you hear another whirring click, and then another bolt slides out. Suddenly, just pops out. You are not sure what you did to cause it to happen, though. It was something that you had fiddled with several times before, and just suddenly this time it decided time to open.
Can we call it the dumb luck machine?
Happy Fun Ball!
No.
That at least did respond to some amount of logic. This doesn't appear to
We
be.
don't need that kind of extra-dimensional this game.
But it's probably like you would have dealt with it and someone but no, give it here and like toss like goes back between the two of us and it's just very much like we don't quite know, but we're doing something.
Yeah.
Ash, you said that then possibly seemed like there were like 5 locks on this?
Potentially 4. You've opened 3.
Potentially 4. Okay.
Yeah.
I will try for the last one then.
Alright, another
Doing this.
investigation.
It's okay.
Doing the same method, the assistance.
Blue, I believe in you. You got this.
Okay.
Another Inspiration.
Ooh, good job with the inspiration. 25.
You fiddle away for it for almost an hour before giving up frustratedly. That just nothing seems to be happening.
25? Jeez.
I've got a feeling that it's like we've got to get over 30 for this one possibly. You should have used the other roll for this one.
I rolled a 9 on the d20 and an 8 on the inspiration and add another 8.
Wait, was that with
did
advantage?
Did you roll your D4 from race?
No, that's Arcana, not investigation.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So it's Arcana and Forgery kit that I get the Dark and Dispassion for.
Do we want to?
I
Can we
will try
push
again.
it?
Yep.
Yeah. I don't think we should take the entire time saying we're doing this. Like feasibly, with us moving, would we have enough time to give it another shot?
I'm more taking it as this is the time you spent on it throughout the travel time.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
And you were not able to successfully open it up yesterday.
Yep.
You have today.
Well, I'm driving today, so it would perhaps be like I'm up front with Sam, like passing the reins back and forth.
Oh, don't say you're giving me advantage. That's not going to be good.
Or while they're driving, I'm messing with it.
I could try and do the driving with it involves animal handling.
Okay.
Well, you're not doing anything particularly difficult. You're leading horses down a road. You don't need to.
Yeah, I don't mind. If Kovac has been that one, I'll be the one. I don't mind because they need to be the one mostly dealing with it.
Yep.
I think I'll give my intuition. That's literally what we're going off. We're going off of intuition and like just poking and prodding. So
And sheer halfling dumb luck.
And
Yeah.
another inspiration, because why not?
Yeah, okay. That's number 25.
25. Still, even spending hours on it today, you are not successful at trying to open it.
What role are you doing for it?
In investigation, so I rolled a 15 plus 2 inspiration plus 8.
wait, is your investigation only 2?
No, it's plus 8.
The 2 was from the inspiration.
Yes, the two was inspiration. So 25 total.
You are just fiddling away with it. There's just nothing that seems to move or shift or actually do anything.
Screw it, I cast Identify on this thing.
Oh yeah, we never did that.
It is a puzzle chest. It requires a certain method of actions to unlock it.
Okay.
Generally only ever known by the one who seals whatever is inside it. So you
So
are
we've
going
been
by
real
sheer
lucky.
dumb luck opening.
Just trying to...
I got 2 of these.
Yeah. I will
The roll gets harder each time you succeed a lock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, if we increase it to the roll that you just did, which means we've got to go over 33 or something for the next one. That's me. No, I'm joking. I'm speculating.
I'm going to try one more time. If Mug's game to help.
Yeah?
Yep, let's do it.
27.
And you spend time on it, but are not successful.
Oh my god.
You
We've gotta
give
get
up in
real good.
frustration after hours spent on it.
I'll just give it here.
Fine. I take the reins and just like angrily.
I'm just gonna do a one-off roll by myself. I'm not bothering with any assistance. I'm literally just doing the whole. Sam looks at it and probably gives it a headbutt or something. No. Nah, this sounds just like yeah. Even if I got a natural 20, it would only be like 22.
Success not possible.
It's just seeing how it's giving Kovac frustration. So just let's take it away from you.
Although, if you had have actually done it, it would have frustrated her more.
Oh yeah, but even unless a natural 20 would have weirdly circumvented my highest roll, because I think my investigation is only it's a +1, so my highest I can actually roll is a 21.
Okay.
I didn't mean to full on deviate from what I was doing with this book. My apologies. I've surprisingly invested in the puzzle box.
So you were back on the road, heading west again.
And Eli's reading about metal?
He's studying up in his metallurgy book and hoping to glean better understandings of blacksmithing methods and the ways to work with different materials and how they can be adapted. How many hours are you putting into studying the book?
I will spend all day in the car. As long as they don't need me.
So between 8 to 10 hours, depending on how long you guys travel for the day.
Yep, as long as they don't need me, I'm reading them.
Okay, no worries. Another day or two of that, and you'll be able to glean the knowledge from it.
Yep.
Alright. Again, the day just draws on. You occasionally get some strange looks from slaves in the fields that look over at you, as none of you are human, and yet you seem to be moving through town unmolested.
By the way, Storm is writing, like notes, so to speak, through this entire journey. Just scribbles and notes, her thoughts and stuff like that. All, of course, in Cat, so no one can actually understand it.
Tabaxi, yep. Alrighty. The slaves that do look at you kind of immediately after giving you a strange look, look down as if realizing their place, that they should not be looking at others who are not their direct master or controller. You do see a few humans, again dressed in more traditional Japanese garb, and they give you the sourest looks as you move through. But they give you also a wide berth, keeping away from you. And the rest of the day goes by peacefully, though there's a sort of tension in the air of you're somewhere that's just hostile towards you. Thankfully, the farmland gives way to more wooded and rugged areas. There's a lot more hills and clumps of trees. So finding a campsite will be much easier tonight as you make your way. You are only 6 hours travel from the border, however. You could potentially make it tonight before deciding to camp.
How do we feel, everybody?
Camp now.
If we try and if we try and push it, like that's 6 hours of us like exhausting ourselves and the horses, riding into the night, right?
Correct.
How do we feel about this, team?
Not worth the risk.
I don't like it here.
I don't like it here either, but I don't think it's worth the risk. Potentially hurting our horses in the dark.
I'm inclined to agree.
All
We're
we have
here
to
to
do is
move
stay.
on.
Yeah, all we have to do is stay here at camp and go off to do this.
Can I
Keep
go
those arms.
forage?
No.
But Mom!
Storm.
Huh?
Mug go with you to keep you safe.
Permission! And she
But not-
gets excited.
But not go far from camp.
That's okay.
Thalai's just muttering.
You'll get a telepathic message, Thalai, saying, I'll make sure she's kept safe.
He's still muttering.
Hmm.
He's still angry, and he takes a very big swig from Eagle's bottle. A special.
As you get down to have a look around, Storm, I'll get you to make me a survival roll. But looking around the area, you recognize that it's quite a lot similar to the lands around the outer area of the Xel'nari fortress. So there's a lot of wild berries and other wild fruits that grow on some of the trees and bushes here. So there's actually a quite rich area for plant life, at least, that is edible.
I rolled an 18.
And
During winter.
It's definitely on the dying off side.
Okay.
Dying off,
but-
overripe, probably a little dry or...
Yeah.
Yes.
Either sour or bitter. You do find what looks to be similar to a fig. However, its skin is extremely bitter to the taste and very tough. And the inside is not nice, but it will sustain you. You get enough to provide rations for the party, though.
Alright.
As you are out, can I get you both to make me a perception check as well while you're out
I can
investigating?
do that one.
Mhm.
Find my dice.
Okay. 12.
22!
Yep.
That's
The other
a-
thing I was
that's
going to be doing was casting animal friendship on a couple of the animals in the area just to get them to sort of come up and say hi and hang out for a bit.
Okay.
Cool.
You would actually probably find foxes in the area. So you're able to lure a few foxes in.
Yeah. Oh shit! It lasts 24 hours. Okay.
Fox entourage. Storm, you notice it long before Mug will ever notice it. You hear the thundering of hooves, at least 4 horseback riders moving quickly over the mountains. They are
towards us?
in your general direction. You're not sure if it's coming directly at you or just happens to be coming through your area.
Near the party or just us?
Near you. You are more west of the party. You think it might pass between you and the party?
Storm grabs Mug.
What?
Are we in like tall grass? Are we in the forest?
You're currently at the foot of a rock outcropping, so you're fairly well hidden away here.
She'll
you also
drag
can't
him down
see
behind a
very
rock
well.
and go, shh. There's something coming.
You hear in your mind, what?
You start to hear the thundering of the hooves, and they do seem to be coming directly in your direction.
Yep.
And it's getting louder and louder and louder, and you hear them galloping straight up to you, and then
Change self.
into human, I assume?
Yes.
They leap over the rock that you are hiding behind and just keep galloping on. Each one of the riders on back is adorned in a much heavier looking version of the lamellar armor, though it does not bear the same crest that the Demu have. It's each one seems to be unique in their own form, but very heavily armored. Each one on one shoulder pad is an ornate dragon head carved into it, and on the other is a very familiar looking slaver symbol on it, engraved into it. These seem to be of at least the same band of slavers that are going after Sam's relative.
Not that we know that. But Storm will try and note down the symbols regardless.
Each one has a recurved bow in hand, and strapped to their saddle is another long lance-like spear. And they also have swords on their back as well. They are armed to the teeth and armored as well, to boot. You can see that they have big satchel packs on the back with nets and shackles and other assortments of tools used for capturing slaves. But they are riding south quite quickly. They do not seem to have noticed you.
Storm will stay put and just observe as much detail as she can from them until they're off. Wait for like a breath of 30 seconds. And then she will release the breath that she's been holding this entire time.
As you exhale and release the breath, you hear above you of an eagle, and the horses immediately start to turn and come back around. There is a bird flying directly above you, circling in place.
I wouldn't have noticed that with my...
You did not notice it. You were too busy looking at the riders.
Yep.
Okay, because I have a passive perception of 20.
Yep.
Okay. Shit.
They start riding straight towards you.
Let's go wander off, they said. We'll be fine.
And that's where we'll end the session for tonight.
No!
Such a moo head. Wow.
So you have been found by some Demu slavers.
Correction, they think they found something. They don't know it's us.
Hope you had fun.
I'm just
How far? Just a quick query. How far away from the rest of the party are these two?
Maybe between 60 to 80 feet.
Okay,
Not
not
that
terrible.
far out, no.
Okay.
So we would have heard the galloping of hooves and that as well.
You would have just heard it passing in the distance, yeah. And also probably laid sight of it at some point, but saw them passing on. But it is a fairly hilly and rocky area that you're in, so it's a good place for a camp to kind of stay hidden. But
We'll be fine.
Disagree.
No one
We haven't
ever
had a
listens
combat
to
in a
the
while.
lie.
I know, we listen. I also, as an out-of-character thing, I'm pretty sure this was going to happen anyway.
At some point. Also, you
Yeah.
never know. We might find more about Sam's brother.
Who knows? Or you'll die.
actually,
Oh,
this
hold on.
is
Or both.
one of the encounters that has been moving around the board recently. So these could have been encountered now or several months from now. So was the Black Death. That was also another one that's been moving around the board. It was interesting because they nearly met up with each other.
Oh, that would have
That
been
would've
really
been fun.
interesting.
Just,
Wow.
Been
we would have found a
unfortunate.
trace. We would have found a trace, not a trace of it, because if it cleans up after itself.
Oh no, it doesn't mean that it gets rid of dead bodies. So we might have just gone, oh, there's dead slavers on the road. That's weird. Move on.
Yeah.
With burnt holes in their chest.
And horses dead too.
Alrighty.
All right then. Yeah,
So,
sure.
we need to raid someone.
All
I'm
she
scared.
wanted was to feed her friends. Rude! Ignatius D, stop it!
Wow, so many DM rerolls.
Actually,
It's-
I will point out, I will spend one of those. I re-rolled the stealth for the bird.
Cheeky Watson.
Sneaky.
He might need them.
But that's
No.
also the thing of adding drama. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Yeah. And all this stuff about but we need rations. It's like I've got 25 days worth of rations on myself alone, and I was packing 20 plus.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
do
there's-
not need fresh food.
But that's also not the reason why I went to get Storm to go off and do stuff. It was because if you keep Cat locked in a box, it's going to tear shit apart. Eventually.
Also,
Yes, she will
So-
use those fireworks that she has.
if you let
like,
the
in
cat
the
get
long-
bored, the cat finds ways to
Oh.
entertain herself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which reminds me,
Yeah.
I can just shoot rockets at them.
Oh boy.
Look, the horses will get spooked, at the very least.
Well, we don't know if they're trained war horses. They might not.
Yeah, but if I make them my friend, I can get them to run away, perhaps.
You do have animal friendship active for 24 hours.
No, that's on a fox.
Oh, on a fox. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's on a creature.
What's this?
pretty sure.
Bridle the eagle? I mean, the bridle I gave her?
Oh, you sold it, didn't you?
We sold it. And plus, we're nowhere near. We've got no idea what's going to happen with these two.
We're like 60 to 80 feet away with rocky terrain. I can cover that distance, not.
You know what? Storm's first instinct is one of two things. A, cast levitate on the horse at the front. B, cast cast levitate on the rock next to her and suplex punch it at them.
Earthbending style.
Absolutely. She is the
Snooki, what are you
avatar.
Just as
doing?
long as you don't do it like the movie and you need like 15 of you to make it like a few pebbles move.
Mm-hmm. Dude, please.
I think evidence has
Get down
shown
from
that 3d10 damage is probably... She'd probably crush the rock. Never mind.
And the horse.
I was about to say, yeah, it'll definitely do a lot to the horse.
Well, probably. But if distraction is a distraction, you know what? Distraction fireworks.
Would that make it equinicide?
The horse is actually just a gnome. Who's used...
Two gnomes in a blanket.
No, it's a druidic gnome.
I was considering
Oh my God.
catching sleep on at least one of the horses just to mess that
See-
up. Or, web.
Storm is actually like not. She does not go out of her way to kill people. She kind of goes out of her way to try not to, but in panic mode doesn't realize how powerful she is
Yeah.
and just
But anyway,
reacts. All right. Well, geez, that's a cliffhanger. My brain is going to be whizzing and whirring for the next week. All right. So
I think I know who.
Yes.
I think I know
to
who we could do.
raid.
What?
There's one called Knocking on Death's Door, which seems strangely appropriate for this party.
To raid?
It's a D&D game someone's playing.
That's I'm just trying to find them.
They've only got like 8 viewers at the moment.
Done. I'm just finding it. Ah, I see it. I see it. I see it.
I'm trying to figure out.
Is that
Some
the
triangle.
Lamox Fox?
I don't know. I just did a search for the Dungeons and Dragons.
Yep, Lamox Fox. Yep.
Oh, wow, that's mean.
Oh, and they've only just started their stream, so that's perfect. They've been streaming
Yeah.
for 25 minutes. So let's go and share the tabletop D&D love. They're only on
D&D
episode 14,
love.
so that should be good. They won't be too far in their story. Show them the same love you've shown us, because you're all awesome. I am going to pop us over to the end screen so I can do the raid. And, yeah. We stream this every week at the same time on Sundays, and at the same time on Tuesdays we do another game, which is Stars Without Number. It's a sci-fi RPG system, which Rory, three down from me, is our Dungeon Master for, or Space Master in this case. And he's very proficient at traumatizing us, so, good times!
You don't want
You make
to.
it
You don't
so
want to miss
easy.
that.
Also, for any new people here, below the stream, there's links to the Discord where there's some fun and shenanigans and
Absolutely.
all kinds of good stuff.
Absolutely. There's the Discord link. There's, I think, a t-shirt link. I wonder if that's still there. I think it is. Anyway,
It's
there's a
still
bunch
valid,
of
yeah.
stuff. There's a
Yeah.
bunch
Cool.
of stuff. Yeah, and that's it. So we'll catch you on Tuesday if you decide to come and join us. I know time zones suck. Otherwise, hopefully we'll see you next Sunday. Have a great
Yeah.
time, day, morning, whatever time of day it is for you. And we'll see you next time. Toodaloo.
Peace out.
Bye-bye.